of doing things out of order. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves in no particular order. Ange, I'll start with Ange, and I'll kind of throw darts and see what sticks in my mind palace. Ange, who are you, and who are you going to be playing tonight for our Stormwatch campaign?
I am Ange. She, her pronouns. I am playing Thamus, who is our lovely war-hardened paladin, who is all about defending the ideals. And when I'm not here, I'm either baking yummy things that everybody enjoys, or you can check out my anime podcast that I'm a co-host of, Animazing Radio, for if you like anime on top of all this other fun stuff.
I do. I go to anime cons every year, twice. Anime Boston, which is where we met, and another anime con, which is October 15th, the weekend of October 15th, by the way. So if you're going to AAC this weekend, you can find me there. And if you're going to be there, Ange, let me know, and we can synchronize. Even if you decide to go last minute, it's definitely a con you can go to last minute.
Sadly, probably not, just because it's too close to Big Trip.
Well, in that case, if you decide, we'll be there. If not, let's go down the line and we'll go to Nick/Husky. Hello, who are you and who are you going to be playing tonight? As I try to figure out what happened with our Probot.
Sure. Hi, I am Nick or Husky or Amberthist. I am a person, go by he, him generally. And I am going to be playing Clematis Scamperpaw, or Clem as his friends know him. He's a Harengon barbarian sorcerer with a lot of wild magics and things, and he's ready to kill some stuff, hopefully, because he's having a mood. But that's me. Otherwise, I do things on Fridays with Precarious. Yep.
Is he in a mood because he struck out with Nazgris?
Or because he lost all of his money last time?
Probably one or the other. Something like that.
Been a rough couple days, has it?
Definitely the former. He was happy to make friends and lose money. Money doesn't mean anything. Hot casters, on the other hand, are... we'll see.
We'll work on it. We'll set you up.
Avalon, that brings me to you. Who are you and who are you going to be playing tonight?
I'm Avalon. I'm also a person, but only in the legal sense. She, right. Her, or they, them, and I voice act and stream here for ESP D&D. I play Rin, the changeling bard. Usually she, her, but you know, it's a bit fluid. Generally speaking, the pronouns match the face, though. Yeah, I don't know. She's a changeling. Changelings change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dahlia, who are you and who are you going to be playing tonight, my friend?
Hello, I am Dahlia she, her, and I will be playing your half-elf rogue, what the hell is her name? Aluda! It's been a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Dahlia, and Isabeth.
It's just so, I'm not used to you doing it out of order, and now I'm just like all discombobulated. I'm Isabeth, or Elizabeth. I go by she, her. The person I'm playing today is Tara, the Earth Genasi monk. She uses she, they pronouns. And yeah, that's all I can remember right now. I'm confused.
Throwing everybody off their game today to prepare you for the chaotic shenanigans that you're about to encounter in this dungeon. Jeff/Fathagan! Last but certainly not least, who are you and who are you playing tonight?
My name is Jeff, otherwise known as Fathagan, and I go by with he, him pronouns. And this evening I will be playing Simeon, a tiefling battlemaster fighter, who also goes with he, him pronouns.
Excellent. Thank you. And in the middle of a social situation, we have our first tarot card pull of the night. But fear not, my friends, because guess what? I finally finished the damn tarot card sheet. This one fell out, so I'm going to pull this one.
It was destined. It knew.
Who has that pendant of Sune? Avalon does, right?
That would be Rin, yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well I'm gonna put that one in the queue, and we'll save that. I think Nick just made things a heck of a lot easier. Interesting.
Exactly.
All right.
welcome.
Yes. And let me check
No,
the.
sorry, that's thanks to Frog.
Wait, let me just. You're not peaking, but you seem a little loud. I'm just gonna turn you down a smidgen. And if everybody
For
has,
me, I'm probably just yelling.
no, I think it's the mic seems like it's weird. It seems loud, but it's not picking you up on peaking. We'll see how that goes. If anybody in the chat has a hard time hearing Nick, let me know, and I will turn him up. So, okay. Who wants that juicy inspiration now for a recap?
I can
You
hop
can-
on that one, I think.
You can also give the inspiration to someone else, should you choose.
I think I can go ahead and take that one, actually.
Okay.
So for our last scenario, our last session, rather, we arrived via teleport outside of the walls of Tilverton and met a traveling band of priestesses of Sune who were on their way back to their home temple in Chult. And, well, Sune being a goddess of love and beauty, it was a fun time for all. And we got quite a few opportunities for roleplay there. And then we totally did not see the rogues of Tilverton hiding in their ruined walls. So they completely got the drop on us, while Clem, one-handed, single bunny doom, ripped the gates open, or at least opened the gates hard enough for folks to be able to sneak through. And everyone else was sort of just watching that happen, going, we're not going to bug them yet, because that's cool. Otherwise, we sort of wandered through Tilverton. I managed to chat with Cyric again somehow. I don't know where he keeps popping up, but
Y'all keep pulling the Loki cards and the Chaos cards from this
And
this
the
Oracle
apple.
Tarot deck.
The apple, that was a thing.
Yeah.
surprise, random,
The good old Billy
random-
Zabka, Cobra Kai X Stormwatch.
But finally, we managed to make it into the true home of the Rogues of Tilverton. Introduced ourselves, laid out why we were here, why the Zhentarim and why Stormwatch was here to make nice with the Rogues of Tilverton, and they more or less gave us the ultimatum that if you can figure out what's in our haunted basement, we'll consider your offer.
Yes. As the keys to the Undercity sewers were lost as they were fleeing from whatever was in the Undercity. Many described this haunting presence, this violent presence, and the screams. And as the groups had divided, rather than investigate the screams that had come from the sewers, they made haste on their way up and locked the grate behind them, waited for their companions and allies to come through the gate should they be able to lock them. But in their haste and despair, not seeing anyone come back after several hours, in their panic and despair, they had accidentally dropped the keys somewhere on the lower levels of the hideout of the Rogues of Tilverton. Upon investigating and trying to find this set of keys, which would allow them access to the remainder of the Undercity, they encountered this old cavern in the wall that they always knew was there, but seems to have been recently occupied by some form of a mysterious haunting. And in trying to gather more information about this mysterious haunting and about where these keys might have been dropped, as it was rumored to be in the region and vicinity of that cavern, since there is a ladder that drops just outside the cavern and then proceeds downward to the sewer grate which leads into the Undercity, which was the main gate that was locked. You brought in some witnesses, to which you called a male drow named Uthio to recount his events of what had happened. He described exactly as such: dark shadows, swirling mists of evil, and a haunting voice that bode all who enter to flee, lest they be either cursed or destroyed. And this is here where we pick up our stream. Yes, mysterious haunting! So, Stormwatch, once again, I give the floor to you. Welcome back to Dungeons and or Dragons. Proceed.
Fascinated by that "or" there.
Dungeons and
We
or
might
dragons,
be dealing
yes.
with a dragon, or we could be dealing with a dungeon, but not
Yes.
both this time.
I actually got that from Jessica, so credit where credit's due. One of our
Ghost dragons.
old school community members, yes.
Thievery is the cornerstone of Dungeons and Dragons, and
Ooh.
anyone who says it's not is lying to themselves.
I forgot to post your link, so while you're talking, I'm also going to post everybody's links in the chat, so carry on.
Do we have
if I were-
plans, or are we just gonna start wandering around down here till we find our way?
I think that
Well,
was...
it's a bit hard to make a plan when we don't know what we're dealing with.
I was gonna say, did we need a plan? Let's go down there, take care of whatever's there, get the key, and come back.
It's more like plans, like maybe a map of the floor, but either way, we could just stroll on through.
That's a good point.
Something's gonna attack
Famous.
us. I mean, might as well get lost. That's how lost people get attacked.
Through that.
I remember a story that I heard while I was growing up that as long as you just follow the left side of the wall, you'll eventually find your way either to the entrance or the exit. So, I mean, you know, just hang
I
on.
guess that makes sense.
We'll have to keep that in mind.
I would like
Famous.
to ask. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you... I know some paladins have the ability to create holy water. Is that something you can do? If we're dealing with a haunting, then something like that might be useful. I read a lot of books.
Holy water, no, but I can definitely give us some boons.
That's good to know. Out of above game, I was asking if you have the spell ceremony, because that can be used to create...
I figured it was a
Holy water.
specific spell, and no, I don't have that one.
Dang.
The
Medic-
the halfling crime boss of the Rogues of Tilverton that you had met, Ginny Hearthfire, is kind of eagerly and anxiously listening to the conversation and just, well, whatever you decide to do, I hope that you do it quickly.
Do you have a map for down there that we could use?
So, if you want, go ahead and survey everything up here. There's a whole second level that is just below this one. This used to be a two-tiered structure. This is an old temple of Gond from back in the day. This was sort of the ground floor, and then below us was the basement. And below that is the sewers, to which we lost the keys for. Not me, but these other incompetent assholes, okay? So, think of, again, like a two-tiered structure. This really... I don't have a map because there was never really intended to be a map of the lower structure. It's kind of self-contained, if you know what I mean.
Just checking.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, aside from
Fair
the
enough.
cavern that opened up in the old stone wall and that they say is haunted. It goes back quite a ways and into darkness, and there's a little sort of a collapse of rocks back there, difficult for anyone to squeeze through. It's covered in webs and other nasty things, so...
So...
Do you want a map?
Sure! You gonna make one for us?
Sure, give me. Pen and pencil, quill, paper.
Great, you can add that to the
Writing
list of
utensil
things
paper.
that you can do for us, and it will, in return, we'll give you more of that goodwill we promised.
Yeah, just do you have things to use on your desk that I can take?
Do you?
Like a
Do you not have these things?
do you?
Make a persuasion check.
To be fair...
Thank you for the follow.
To be fair, we didn't come here with the intention of making maps, so we didn't exactly bring...
Yeah,
like,
I mean, if you're gonna do
cartographers'
it, I'll take it.
tools.
But if you know how to make a map, that leads me to believe that you have tools.
You see, in the Feywild one we use flowers that you guys don't have around here. We
Yeah,
use the flowers.
Uh-huh. Would you roll on your persuasion check?
I got a 7.
7. Yeah, well, I will take it upon... I will leave it to you to make some... to find the correct and appropriate writing materials. Or I can, do it from memory and use your Feywild, stuff to take care of it.
It's just like a pencil.
We will also need some torches, probably.
What kind of adventuring party are y'all? You don't have torches? I thought
No,
you were supposed to be the
that was-
Stormwatch.
I have them, That was
We just don't want to
more of
use
a-
hours.
No, that was more of a we're going into darkness. Let's make
Thank
sure
you.
we have everything we need.
Simeon sort
We're
of
doing you
pats
a
his
favor.
pouch or his bag and said, "Oh, we came prepared for that." Which way's the door? Let's,
Eketra,
go in.
Eketra, the half orc who identified herself as Ginny's left, just kind of Stormwatch. And Ginny just yeah. What kind of what kind of storms do you watch? Is it like a mild drizzle?
Is there
I'm
anything
sorry.
else we need to know? No, you're fine, Tara. Tara is just
Above game, I'm
grumpy.
sorry, but she's not in game.
Tara just gives a big sigh at that joke and says, "Is there anything else we need to know before we go down there?"
Spooky haunting, dark caves, swirling darkness, scary stuff. Something menacing, probably, presumably, with lots of claws and teeth down in the sewer that needs to be dealt with. The sewers.
Oh, you've got a gazebo then. Oh, fantastic. We're on to this.
See, this one gets it. I like this one. There's a bright future for you. And if you ever need new employment, let me know. Come see me.
She's trying to fucking poach
Brain.
Simeon from the Stormwatch.
That's oh my gosh, brainstorms. That's great.
All right.
I'm gonna use that, Froghemoth. I'm gonna use that, the Dragonborn. Just maybe it's brainstorms. you can thank your friend Froghemoth for that one.
Frog's the best.
Where's the entrance to the next level?
Well, there's about 7
Let's get on
ladders.
with
Just go ahead and use any of them, really.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right,
I'll lead
good
the
luck.
way and start checking for traps and.
Great.
Eketra, thank you for the hydrate or dust rate. Nobody wants to do that. Eketra, kind of on your way out, just kind of just don't fuck anything up. Huh? Try not to touch too much.
So if we take out the support beams underneath,
I'm going to touch everything, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
You want to put that to the
Simeon
test?
just locks eyes with her on the way out.
You want to put that to the test? Fiery-haired one?
Maybe later. I do
She
have a
kind
job
of-
to do right now.
She
after
kind
all.
of flexes a little bit, and you can see that there are runes on her greaves, on her wrists, and she kind of starts to flex her knuckles and kind of channels some energy. You can see the runes start to glow, and she just kind of gets a little bit bigger. Kind of,
Tara starts flexing her muscles in response. She doesn't glow, but she's really strong.
yeah, she gets just a
it's-
little bit. She keeps it restrained, and then she looks at Tara, and she's like, "I see that the muscle talks. I
It's
like
like
that."
It's like that scene from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when Sig Curtis and Major Armstrong meet for the first time, and there's just like a whole minute of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
flexing at each other.
Yup.
Yeah,
and then it's the epic handshake meme.
she does. She
Tara will
seems
just
to-
flex at her.
Yeah, her demeanor softens a little bit, and it becomes more playful as Tara does, and she kind of like does the same thing, and like I like this one too. So far, we like 2 of you. It's 4 of you to go.
Famous will
oh, I'm
just
glad I'm one of them.
Famous at that point will just like actually stand up straight, like military straight.
And Ginny looks over and she's like, "Yeah, see, that's your problem. Y'all rigid, like a breadstick."
No. Like
Any excuse to quote the Mighty Boosh. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know what you're referencing, but we're good.
Oh, Greg.
That doesn't help. I
Y'all
never
rigid,
watched that.
like a breadstick. Anyway, carry on, Ange.
not rigid. Just well trained.
We're a group of ragtag misfits on a quest. It's very traditional like. Okay. Into the depths we go.
Into the
Wait.
depths you go.
as we're
Carry
like
on!
walking out of the office, just for shits and giggles, can I cast silence on the office just so she shuts up for a minute as we walk out?
What are the components required for silence?
Verbal and somatic. So I think as Rin's in the door, and I'll say she's the last one out, she just turns around and with a wink goes, shh, and tries to cast silence on the room. I understand if I get counterspelled. I'm actually expecting to. Rin is testing boundaries a little bit and trying to be a little shit.
Think. No, it goes off. Spellcasters, most of them are not, and they kind of, oh yeah, no,
she'll
it's
just keep on walking after she casts it.
they just
not even paying attention to any objections or anything like that.
yeah, they just
She
you
just
can see them.
silences the room and walks away.
You can see them trying to like. Melinda, the dwarf outside, can kind of see what's going on. And be like, all right, it's a little funny, just a little bit.
This one gets it. Can't be serious all the time, right?
Tell them I said that.
Your secret's safe with us.
Don't worry, I don't think they can hear anything at the moment.
She kind of like leans back a little bit. She's like, so again, a little bit funny. No, but don't push your luck. Now go and get the keys.
Yes. You said you wanted to lead the way, right, Allura?
I've got a keen eye for things. I figured I'd take a look around.
Fantastic. Just for the record, I do not have dark vision, and I might be the only one who doesn't. You look like you're talking. I think you're not pushing your thing to talk or whatever. Husky. Clem, that's your character's name. Fuck, I forgot your character's name for a sec. We're good. I know things.
Sorry, I'm here. My roommate just brought me a drink.
No worries. I saw you talking. I thought you were talking to us, so I just want to make sure.
No. Apparently, he was trying to get a bottle of fry sauce, and they told him they didn't have any. They gave him a bag full of little cups of fry sauce.
Amazing.
So that's a nightmare. Anyway, sorry.
I don't think I have dark vision either.
I don't either. If that's.
We're doing great.
Am I the only one that does?
No, Allura would too.
I do.
I think
Okay,
Simeon does
This
as well.
this area
So half
as
and half.
this area as a former, so it's midday. So this area as a former temple of Gond that has since decayed, at least on the surface, and these lower levels. There are bits and pieces of the upper levels that it was sort of carved out of a cave, which was interesting. And you can see that there is some old architecture. And when you look up to the top of the cave, there are definitely sun shafts where light is coming in, but they are sort of perfectly geometrically carved into the stone in perfect squares as to let just enough light in at key strategic points throughout the room. Kind of in a combination of, you don't know whether it's in defiance of a natural cavern or if it was to be symmetrical and symbiotic with a natural cavern. But all of these sun shafts are about maybe sort of like the size of sort of like the top of a small square table, and they let in just enough light, and they have these perfect, beautiful geometric squares on them and little just intricate designs around each one carved into the cave. It's quite beautiful in a way, but it provides in midday just enough light for you to see in most of the cavern. You know, being in a cave as well, there are also torches and sconces that are lit on the upper levels, and that also shine light in conjunction with the sun shafts down into what you can see is the lower sort of basement level that has been left to decay, that also has been carved into the stone, again, either in defiance of the natural cavern or as in a symbiotic relationship. The clergy of Gond was known to be very eccentric in their own ways and do things like this, sort of like build a temple in a cave or inside of a tree, but make it a center of artifice, kind of paying homage to the natural world while also bringing artifice to it, depending on the sect of Gond.
Fantastic. So dark vision isn't particularly necessary on this level, but it will definitely be on like the sewer level.
The sewer level also likely is in midday, probably some much smaller sun shafts, as it would have been built by, it would have been sort of like a public works, but definitely you'll likely need light in the lower levels, yes, for most of the lower sewers. But again,
cool.
Being that it is midday, you have some leeway here.
Okay.
Well, let's get this party started, shall we?
You can take some time to explore, or you can go right down, and there does happen to be a stairway that descends down into the lower levels of the cavern, the basement level of this converted Temple of Gond.
Well, we did promise them a map, so taking at least a little time to get a layout is probably in order.
I think, I mean, who knows? We might find something useful on the second level as well. Some sort of, I don't know, clue or whatever.
I'm sure I have stuff to scribble on with an explorer's pack, so.
They're gonna get the worst
start
fucking map from
scribbling.
us.
Oh, for sure, but they'll get one.
They deserve it. I actually have quill, ink. I don't have any paper, so if you can come up with a way to have paper.
Just scribble it on your
I have
arm.
stuff to write with.
Give me a second. Why do I not have... You would think I'd have paper.
This isn't helpful, but I do have a map on me. It's just a map of the city I grew up in.
Draw on the back of it.
Nope, I have a lot of random nonsense. I do have a lot of random nonsense. Paper's not one of them.
Well,
Clem will
let's
pull
see
out a
what we
torch that he forgot he had.
Let's take
and
a look
just
around
wave
the
it
second
around.
level and see what we can come up with, and we'll go from there, I guess.
Alora, what's your
If we
background
don't
again?
give them...
Background?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, like official mechanical the official 5e background for your
Oh,
class.
If we don't give them a map,
rogue?
it's not really the end of the world.
Arcane Rogue?
No, you like your
arcane-
your background, so like urchin or criminal
I-
or a scholar.
Oh, I think it was a criminal.
Look on the
yeah, I'm
top
criminal.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look on the top right of your
Spy.
like main page on your sheet.
As a spy
Spy.
specialized in fencing.
Okay. Does anybody else have a specifically?
I
Okay.
have the sage background.
Yeah. Okay.
Soldier
urchin.
going for the obvious.
Yeah. I'll say. I think Tara. What's your background again?
Urchin?
Urchin. Okay. Tara, Alora, and Simeon. The three of you can make me an insight check, as everyone is talking about the map.
Okay.
You
Just
said
fucking with us.
insight?
Insight. Yep. Let's go ahead and give me a general insight roll.
15.
I got 18.
12.
Okay. Tara, with an 18, you kind of get the feeling like they probably have maps being here for so long and they're probably fucking with you. You can choose to let it continue if you want them to kind of do the silliness of sketching a map. It's up to you.
Clem is already scribbling, and he looks like he is excited and happy
You know what?
and ready for his foot to not be broken.
For my buddy Clem, I will just let it go and let him make his map because he seems super into this project.
Amazing.
I
Encourage your
honestly
friends.
love when someone is fucking with you and you do the thing anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm on board with it on that level. Just like,
Oh yeah.
you know, you were fucking with us, but fuck you. Here's a map anyway.
Yeah.
Luda
It's like,
just
yeah,
doesn't
I'll put that
care.
right on the fridge.
All right, second level.
Again, please move your
Question.
tokens as they correspond to where your character will be moving. If we have a map, please do so.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry. I thought there was gonna be another map for second level shenanigans.
Nope, so this is a multi-level map.
Oh, I see. So where?
Yep, so down the stairwell here is sort of easy access to the lower levels. You can just kind of walk right down. Again, with them fucking with you when you were like, how do we get down there? They were like, mystery. Because there's stairs right outside
Alright.
the office.
Let's
Walked
go
into the
and
building.
Okay,
I've
see,
wondered what
I
you're talking
asked about
with
that
creepy
because I
basement
didn't
is.
realize it was like the same map.
Yeah. So
Sorry, Simeon, what were you saying?
I've never been in this rogue's hideout before. I don't know where their creepy basement is.
How do we know those doors go to where we want to go?
All right, so as you kind of descend into the lower levels again, you're like, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense about, being a Temple of Gond, and you're kind of seeing the structure and the sun shafts coming in from the upper level, and you can see kind of on either side of you here, these very perfectly carved, identical pillars, right? These sort of beautiful carved pillars, only slightly chipped, that extend on from sort of the upper levels of the cave up onto sort of the second floor, and kind of extend here from the base, and they're kind of like half pillars here and sort of like full pillars here. So it's kind of a beautiful work of architecture. But as you continue through, you can see again an old cage, probably purposed by the rogues, and two others here for dissenters, that sort of things, that have fallen onto the lower level from the upper level. There is, I think it's called the chimit, where it's the actual wooden beam that you can hold these cages. And up top, okay, so this is about 20 feet above you. So you see where the stone kind of crumbles here? That is sort of the old stonework for the first floor. And it's about, actually, from that level, it's about 25 to 30 feet above you. Because there is a third level, sort of like another upper tier that goes up. So roughly between 25 and 30 feet, eyeballing it. And to your left, there is a large cavernous gap that leads into darkness to the left. And again, above you, you can see, this is sort of like an old, the shape of an aqueduct kind of a thing. It's a pillar that goes up and kind of branches out like a T shape. And there are sort of intricate workings on that too, and a little space in between where the T branches out, so it curves up and then T's at the top. And some of the bricks have fallen from where the floor begins to crumble. And then looking further down, straight through, you can see that there is sort of this open space that opens up into sort of this enclosed, secondary enclosed space. So almost like the walls of a keep here, and the very bottom level that connects to yours seems to have a bit of water in it, and that starts about here. So if you were to go kind of straight from where you are now, it would just be sort of this cavernous expanse, open area, and it kind of goes into this shallow pool. But looking into the darkness to the left here, you can see that there is, as you approach, you can see the walls of the cavern, and you can see where it extends back into this very small, narrow passageway, and there are these webs that kind of cover it. And as you kind of gaze into this cavern, as you're looking in, almost sort of the reality around you kind of gets distorted. And gazing into the darkness, the world just starts to distort as if staring into an illusion. And as it does, you hear whispers start to emerge from the cavern. These cacophonous whispers that increase in frequency and intensity, and this darkness begins to fall upon you, and you can again feel that distortion as these whispers intensify, and this darkness consumes the cave that turns into shadow and starts to roil outwards towards you as the whispers begin intensifying. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Can I
Interesting.
cast Dispel Magic on the cavern?
Yes. Oh, well, as you begin to cast Dispel Magic, I want to say first, let's go ahead and have everyone do the wisdom saving throw first.
Okay.
14.
Oh my freaking god.
I'm going
Okay.
to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
I would like to use my... Well, is this against a charm, frightened, or stunned effect?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I would like to add a D4 to Themis's. Sounds like she had a bad time.
Okay.
I rolled a
Um,
2.
Oof. Okay. Simeon, 15 succeeds.
I rolled a.
I got a 17.
Okay. Did you see the 15 and then use your DM inspiration?
That was my insight check.
Oh, that's correct. That was your insight check. So you rolled a
Rin got
13 and
a-
then rolled an advantage with your inspiration?
Yes.
You can have your inspiration back. 13 succeeds.
Rin got a 19 on the save, and I used my Bravura Captain ability to add a D4 to Themis.
Okay.
So Themis, you get to add 4 to your save.
Okay, succeed. Themis, go ahead and add
So, 10, so plus another 4 would be 10.
Okay, fail. Clem, fail. And who are
Yeah,
you?
that's
who
what
are
I
you
get for rolling my pretty dice.
missing? Okay. Dahlia, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 4. If it's charm, I get advantage, but otherwise, no.
It is not a charm specifically. It is a fear effect.
Nope.
Okay, so fail.
Oh.
And Tara?
14.
14 pass. Okay, what were you gonna say, Jeff?
What was the language that those, or rather, did I recognize the language those
What
whispers
languages do you
were in?
speak?
Infernal and Common.
You do not recognize the language.
Okay.
Can
Is
I, same question on that?
Does anyone speak Undercommon or Drowish?
Speak Goblin.
I speak primordial.
I
Not
speak
yet.
Sylvan and Elvish. Could either of those lend a hand in understanding?
Where do you check your languages?
Make an intelligence check.
It's on
So
the-
roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier.
Okay. It's on your main sheet, left-hand side, bottom. There's a box that just has proficiencies in it. Your
See.
Towards
languages
the
should
bottom.
be somewhere in there.
Gotcha. Thank you. Okay, I do not. I do not have those things. Intelligence, you said?
That's
Rin's
for Rin.
intelligence,
Gotcha.
Total of 16.
Okay, it seems to be some form of stylized Elvish, but those of you who are frightened by this effect immediately start to back up and just, nope, kind of a thing. And you're genuinely terrified of what's happening in here. Those of you who are not can step up and try to address this as the whispers and the smoke begins to kind of consume everything. It's like shadowy, opaque smoke that seems to suck the light out of the room. You wanted to cast Dispel Magic, you succeeded, so go ahead and use a spell slot.
Okay, yeah. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay, do I need to roll the charisma check for it as well? Like, is it higher than 3rd level?
No charisma check needed. So you begin to try to counter what's happening, and as you begin to channel, before you cast your spell, you can feel that pendant that you have also begin to sort of thrum in your pocket or your pack. And you will need to continue the spell to dispel it. So you channel that energy, and this sort of silvery light extends from your hands and kind of melds with the swirling smoke and darkness, and the whispers kind of quiet, and the smoke begins to fade. The darkness lingers, though, and there's this very, very, not total darkness, but this unnatural darkness that prevails, and you feel that pendant begin to thrum as the darkness fades.
Okay. So, after it seems like the spell has taken hold and the magic has been at least partially dispelled, can I pull out the pendant and look at it?
Yes, and you look at it and it kind of begins to glow, and sort of rays of light kind of begin to kind of break off of it, kind of being sucked into the cavern almost as it glows. You can feel it kind of pulling your hand just slightly.
Right. Sorry, I'm checking my sheet for something real quick.
While Rin is doing that, can I light one of the torches and then throw it in the room?
Yes. Okay, so you take the time to take a torch, and as this is happening, throw it into the room onto the floor, and this kind of surge of fire, and it's sort of, you can see now that it is this cavernous expanse. And I will go ahead and, for now, we'll reveal what you can see. Okay, but it's still dark. The shadows kind of still linger, and it's just a naturally dark cavern that extends into darkness above you, even without, so the torchlight has its limitations, but this pendant seems to want to be pulling you towards this room.
Right. So I don't have specifically like any kind of rope or string or anything in my
I do if you need
inventory,
it.
but I have like a disguise kit. I have a couple of costumes and some other things. Would it be reasonable to say that I have like a length of cord, just like some leather cord, that I could use to turn it into an amulet?
Yeah, but that would take some time to actually like fashion it, and
Okay.
we'd have to sit down, probably at a short rest, and take the time to take some rope and kind of, take the edges and either burn them or smooth them out to get it through there if it was rope, or take a chain and kind of weave it through. Not really
That
something
makes
you can
sense.
do like right now in the middle of everything that's happening
Right.
with three of your
That's fine.
companions. Like, nope, maybe this is a bad idea.
No, that's fine. So what I'll do then, I'll pull out my loot, and what I'll do is I'll tuck the amulet in, like, like top of the neck where the strings connect to the things that you use to tune them.
Yep.
Can I just like tuck it in there, so that it's secured in my loot, like above the strings?
Okay.
I have 100 feet of
Am I
string
making
on me.
sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so almost like a
Well,
like
she
a
said I
capo.
can. Yes. She said I can make the amulet, but it would take like a short rest to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Correct.
it's just something I'm pocketing for later,
Gotcha.
and just tucking the amulet into the neck of the loot.
Okay. It's still visible though, right?
Yes,
So you're
sir.
just
my
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So it's visible, but it's like tucked behind the loot strings, and she has the loot out because it's spell casting, and she's just letting it sort of pull and guide. Actually, before I go into the darkness, though, who failed? Themis failed. Was she the only one?
oh,
Failed
I
as well.
failed.
Them is Clem and Allura.
Okay. Clem, Allura, and Themis. Okay.
I just did want to say, Avalon, Clem does have that seashell necklace from the noble that grifted him.
Noted. Before we go in, did dispelling the magic have any effect on their frightened?
It did not. These seem to be two separate effects.
Okay. Here, let's step away from the cavern for a moment. Rin will sort of pull everyone away.
Awesome. And you can
Happily.
all see the light on the loot as you kind of back away. It kind of begins to fade, but it still kind of pulls your loot a little bit, like it wants to reveal something in the cavern. But in the meantime, I'm going to say everybody go ahead and repeat that wisdom saving throw now. If you failed, repeat that wisdom saving throw. So for those three that failed. And go ahead and give yourself DM inspiration to Avalon for that. If you already have it, you can give it to someone else. Sometimes it's
17.
just taking a limit. Okay, so you shake it off with, you can see Ren kind of like, okay, all right, take a deep breath. the light was light in there now, right? Okay, 17 succeeds. Yeah, Allura, you're like, there's got to be something else going on here. You back up and reassess.
13.
13 succeeds.
Oh,
With
thank
a DC
God.
13. You
So everyone
this is
succeeded again?
yeah. So for Themis, it's a matter of sort of this is not it's something supernatural, not something that you might be able to necessarily hit with your hammer, and it at first it really spooked you out, but with seeing the bluster and then seeing the light reveal that there is no immediate threat, you just okay. And who was the other one that failed? That Allura's all set and
Clem got a 9.
9. Clem, you're not like screaming,
to-
but Clem is kind of like standing
Hold
back,
on.
like probably not a good idea.
Rin will sort of look Clem in the eyes, hand on his shoulder, well, up on his shoulder because I think he's a lot taller than her. It's okay. It's not. It's just darkness. It's not going to hurt us at the moment. I would like to add a D4 to that save with my Bravura Captain ability as well.
Okay, roll a d4. Is it
He
a
is
4
doing
or a
his best not to
d4?
look.
It is a D4. I just happened to roll a
D4.
4 with Themis earlier.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 this time though, so it's a total of 12.
Okay. Yeah, no, still. Well, I mean, so seeing everybody, you're not running and screaming for the hills, but whatever's in there, you know enough about the Feywild to know, especially with the webs and everything, considering, some of your patrons and matrons, you're like, I think I don't want to fuck with that, like, it's more of
Terrible.
just confident reluctance.
Tara will call out, "I'll protect you, Bunny Man."
While we're here,
Okay.
as an action, I'm going to Divine Sense.
Okay.
As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn, whatever that means in this instance. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead, within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. Interestingly enough, as you kind of you think and you're like, okay, let's try and figure out what this is. You step a little closer and your eyes begin to glow this golden bright light, and they kind of almost smoke with this golden light. And as you kind of peer into the room and then kind of stop, close your eyes, and kind of step into that in between, sensing rather than seeing, it is a little telling. You feel no desecration, no hallowed ground, no celestial, no fiend, no undead. And it makes you think, as your eyes return to normal and you return back into the material plane.
Well, all right.
Really gives Themis a moment.
Definitely curious now.
All right. Do you think you can go in there, Clem?
I won't let anything hurt you, I promise.
I don't want anything to hurt you.
I'm strong.
That's what I'm
remember?
worried about.
I'm all strong.
Well, that's
I'll
why
be fine.
if
We-
we
we-
stick together, we can protect each other.
Exactly.
All right. Just want to make sure you guys are going to be tough enough while I draw this map. I can't keep eyes on all of you.
You
We
can
got
draw
you,
your
buddy.
map behind my shield. And I'll raise my shield up.
Okay.
Really, he's just like super jittery and definitely trying to act all confident. Like, oh no, I'm here to protect you guys. But he's like, I don't want to fuck with this right now.
This is not my idea of a good time. Oh yeah,
There
so
is
once
something-
once the rest of the crew shows up, Simeon will step in and try and get his torch back.
Okay. Yeah, so it's
Tara will
about...
step in on the other side too.
There is another
There is
one of those
something-
cages here that was attached to one of the chimneys. Just kind of seemed like it had been dragged here. Kind of act as like a little barrier. The torch is over there. You have to get in that square to pick it up.
Ren will also step back into the space with the Amulet of Sune on her loot.
Okay. As you all kind of begin to step in, you see this orb of darkness begin to form at eye level at the far side of this cavern, where there is that small crack that leads into the expanse behind it, and that same effect begins to dissipate and spread through the cavern once again. the light, the pendant of Sune is, again, you can see the light now kind of just pulling off of your lute, like it wants to be just, like it wants to be used.
Is the whispering picking up again?
Yes. Yep.
All right. I'm not ready to part with this thing yet, but I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
I do get the impression that it is a language, right? From what you said before. Like, it is actual words that are being said. It's not just, like, dissonant whispers.
Okay, so do me a favor, make a religion check at advantage before you do anything.
Okay, give me just a second.
Let's see if we can, if your character would have any idea of how to.
Total 17.
Okay, all right. It's above a 15, so yes. So you're getting the point, like not like it's. So that will give me enough to tell you that your pendant now has a bonus effect, which was triggered from the tarot card Soul. So I'm gonna show everybody here. Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
We lost Ange because her internet went out.
Oh no. And also the rage trigger, another tarot card pull. So the first one was Soul, the goddess of the sun, right? So this is one card from the Viking Oracle Tarot, and that is going to give you the added benefit to your pendant of Sune, which is going to allow you to also use that new benefit of lighting the room with magical divine energy. And Isabitz will get to yours after. So yes, but
so yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, with that effect being what it is, Rin will pull the pendant out of the loot spot where she put it, sling the loot on her back, and hold the pendant above her head and see if it does anything additional.
Okay, yes. By the way, if you are queer, if you are a witch, if you like tarot cards, and or if you like D&D, you can join our Discord server with over 140 active members who are also queer witches who like tabletop role-playing games, and that's there. It's a lovely and welcoming community, a safe space for any of the above. So thank you, Girls Run These Worlds. Also, in the chat, tell me about your game. Like, what were y'all playing? What game was it? I know there's like all kinds of stuff going on, so let us know in the chat what y'all were doing. In the meantime, you take the pendant of Sune that is now kind of glowing and pulling you into the cavern, and as you kind of take it off of the loot and just shine it up, there is this brilliant flash of light that illuminates the cavern. That darkness that was beginning to form again is dispelled, and in sort of this negative pulse sound just dissipates, and you hear this static fizzle. You brought friends, thank you. I love you all so much. There is this sort of fizzling, crackling sound, and you hear an ah! And it came from above you, and everything in here is now just absolutely illuminated with bright light all the way up to the ceiling. Monster of the Week is awesome. I had never actually played. I've seen people play it. It looks so fun.
So as she's doing that with one hand, with the other, she's taking a little bit of soot on her fingers. She sort of rubs it between her fingers and then rubs it back behind her ear.
Okay.
And casts Comprehend Languages.
Okay, right. And as you're beginning to your brain is kind of firing on all synapses, like when you're trying to sleep and your ADHD brain is going and you're like twitching yourself awake because you have so many, like your brain is actually like literally firing on all cylinders. That's the kind of sensation you get, like a dull headache. And it was the basic gist of what you were hearing was kind of like, turn back, spooky noises, actually like scary darkness. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you hear that ah! from above you.
The moment I hear that squeak, Clem is immediately going to chuck a boulder or something at this noise.
Like a okay, well,
you're like, it was above us.
Yeah, you're kind of outside. You're kind of outside, and there's the art again. Those the bricks and the stonework that you see is like above you, sort of about like 25 feet up. So you just throw a rock into the cave, kind of bounces off the far side of the wall a little bit higher, like about 15 feet up. But and then those of you that are inside the cave hear like this, these kind of large objects kind of striking against the stone, and sort of bits of stone and dust fall down onto sort of the ground on the far side. And you can see this kind of intricate network of webs above you, but how do y'all proceed?
Time to switch out for the crossbow. And I'm going to look up and see what's there.
Okay, you slowly take out the crossbow, and your gaze kind of looks up first, and it's this really intricate network of webs and little flashes of white and dark gray. Make a perception check. At advantage, because there's like a brilliant light being shown in here, and it takes a minute for your eyes to focus. There's almost like perfect natural camouflage up there. So active perception at advantage for me, please.
How about a 17?
17. You kind of see what appears to be a feminine figure about 30 feet, 25 feet above you, sort of in the caverns, and you're kind of adjusting as you're like, it's kind of remaining still, but as you're kind of looking up, anybody else looking up here?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Certainly.
Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say everybody that is, as a second, everybody that is looking up as well, make a perception check, standard perception check. If you have proficiency in perception, make it at advantage. And we'll see who the first to notice what this is.
Should I make another roll?
No, you're good. Your 17 is kind of, you're the first one to kind of look up, and you kind of see something and your eyes narrow and you're like, kind of non-threatening feminine figure.
Tara
I
got
got
a
a
14.
14, a
12.
9.
10.
20.
Who got a 20?
Clem.
Clem.
Okay. You're from outside. By the way, make another wisdom saving throw for me. It's been long enough. And also stuff happens.
Yeah,
so.
he's pissed off that someone's been scaring him, and that tiny little noise was the source of it.
Okay. Make another wisdom saving throw at advantage. We'll give you advantage this time because of everything that's been happening.
Because I rolled another 9.
Okay. What'd you get?
So I got another 9.
Oh no! So you're out. Okay, so you're still frightened, and you look up, and you lock eyes from as you kind of peek in with this bright light, and I want to know if you pointed out, but you can see that same feminine figure, beautiful silver hair, but she kind of looks at you, Clem, and she has this kind of glowing red eyes, and she just kind of opens her mouth a little bit and kind of like, and you can see that she has fangs, and you can see also her massive 8-legged body suspended from the ceiling, and you're like,
He will definitely squeak a little bit, and yeah, just
okay,
terrified and shaken.
So when she hisses at Clem, that lowers the DC to actually figure out what the heck is going on up here, and then Simeon, you are able to kind of fully discern this sort of feminine drowish figure and this large abdomen and these 8 legs hanging upside down from the ceiling, and you point the crossbow up and she goes, "Oh, please don't hurt me."
Fuck this and fuck
In
her.
common? She's talking in common?
It's like, yeah, it's at first it's like a little bit of broken common. You can tell she's got a bit of an accent, but
Okay. So we all hear her talking? Does that help us find her? Do we see her?
yeah, she's up. The bright. She's like, "Can you turn the light off, please?"
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, come on, it's so bright.
Why don't you come down here so we can talk?
So you
Fuck
can
that,
hit.
I'll smash her.
See, that one
Right
hits
there
me.
with
And
you.
by the way, at this, you can go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. Come
At advantage.
at advantage. Yeah,
He needs it.
yeah.
Now that he's ready to smash this thing, yeah, 19.
Okay, yeah, you succeed. You shake off the fear. And she kind of adjusts and kind of... Hang on, and let me go ahead and reveal the token.
By the way, as a Divinity fan, loving this. Thank you.
Yes.
I was wondering if there was going to be a spider person showing up.
Yeah.
She's bigger than I thought she was. I was thinking like little like halfling-sized thing based on the tiny voice. I was incorrect.
Oh, he's Drider.
Well, fuck.
Drider? I hardly know her.
Anyway, yeah,
Oh,
there's her
oh
token.
my.
Yeah,
She'd
and
be
she's
really
ki-
pretty if she wasn't a spider.
I like the quote.
yeah, and she's kind
You
of
and
like,
I like different things in women.
and she's kind of like hanging upside down from the ceiling, and like, I'd rather you just turn the light off. We can still talk, but please turn the light off.
Unfortunately, I can't see in the dark, so
Well,
light stays on, I'm afraid.
There's natural light coming in from the sun shafts.
Not enough.
Oh,
Rin,
come
do not turn
on.
that light off.
I'm not going to.
Thank you.
Why are you here? Why are you trying to scare people away?
I was told to come here.
Who
By
sent you
whom?
here?
But by Mr. Matron Aunray.
Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, ditto that question.
Ditto.
Yeah, that is so Aunray is one of the names that was mentioned as one of the
Dernive.
matrons of House Dernive, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Why did she send you here?
It was getting too dangerous in the webwood. When
We are assembling a list of people to help, aren't we?
when things got too hot outside of Shadowdale, I was told to come here. I was too much of that to them I was a monster, and that there was no amount of hiding that could save me. My matrons hide in the trees, and I'm just kind of a little unwieldy to be out in the woods and on the roads.
We out of
Killing
character.
people.
They told me that I should hide in Tilverton and take refuge here.
Killing people here?
No! I'm just scaring people away.
And as far as we know, nobody has actually died to the spooky darkness, right? There hasn't been any casualties or any actual injuries.
Correct. This
Based
is
on
something
what
this
we
is
know?
something different. People were being dragged into the sewers. This is not the sewers.
This is not related.
Yes.
Right. Well, I know it's not the sewers, but I thought we were at the entrance or something.
No,
I'm a
this
little
is
confused
just
on this
yeah.
map. Sorry.
Rin. Turn the light off.
What was the name of the Dernive agent we met at Darkhold?
Grayana.
Kriana.
Seen a key down here?
Let's just
Yeah,
turn the
actually,
lights off. Be nice.
Hold on
Wait.
just a moment.
yeah, I have him right here. I actually got a whole collection of treasures behind the walls. But if you shut the
If
light off,
you-
I'll come down and talk to you. Maybe I'll give you the keys.
Give us the keys as a sign of goodwill, and I will turn the light out.
Okay, shut the lights off first. And then she kind of takes one of the spider limbs and kind of goes onto like up into like a little bit of rock and kind of see, I have them right here.
All right.
Throw them
fine.
down.
Tell you what, you turn the
Ren
light
will-
off, I'll throw the keys, and then I'll come down and read you a nice poem that I wrote.
Can I insight check?
was just
Sure.
your
going to say
intentions?
Sure.
Clem's eyes will actually light up.
19.
Clem is actually going to start walking towards her.
Okay.
and
Also 19.
Yeah, okay, so for the 19s, this is really freaking bizarre. But she definitely doesn't seem hostile for sure. At the very least, she seems like kind of like just like a scared adolescent.
Right. Do I get the impression from the amulet that I can tuck it back into the loot for like less light?
Yes.
Okay. I will do that then.
Okay.
I'll turn off the big light, but I still can't see in the dark, so
Oh, okay.
need
Well, no
something.
more magical darkness. How about that?
okay, fine.
Okay.
I'll actually put the amulet away then in my pocket.
Oh, this really starting to hurt my eyes. Thank you. And you just hear
Sorry.
clink, clink, clink as the keys drop onto the ground. Okay, there are your keys. Go
I
ahead.
will
I'll collect them.
I will pick up all of the keys. Are any of them the one? Are any of them obviously the one we're looking for?
Okay, so they're right over here, so you have to move your token there. Dahlia, then Jeff. Dahlia? What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I was gonna pick up the keys, but if she's going for it, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, you kind of both go for so you kind of both get there at the same time. So Dahlia and Thamish have a moment. You're like, oh, sorry, you want to grab the...
After you.
Okay.
I will say she did seem to like Simeon, so
Yes, 1 second. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, just because Jeff has the memory of a goldfish.
Yes.
What was the name of that Derneve agent again?
Grayana was the...
Grayana.
Yeah, she is the middle child of House Derneve.
Okay. We can let Grayana know we saw you and make sure she knows you're all right.
Grayana? So my matrons are okay then? Everyone's still alive?
Brianna is.
Grayana came asking for assistance, I think. If
And
we
if
have not
Jeff remembers
visited
correctly.
Shadowdale, so we do not know the full story there, unfortunately.
2 of the smaller claws kind of come in front and do one of these.
Simeon is trusting her more and will lower the crossbow.
Oh, thank you. That was... And she kind of, if I come down, you're not gonna, hit me with one of those nasty looking hammers, are you?
No.
Clem is already sitting on the floor in front, waiting for her to come down because he wants to
Okay.
hear this poem.
Promise?
Hey,
Hera
Mrs.
is still in
Hammer
fighter
is-
stance.
Okay.
Hammer is put away, but shield is still out.
Okay, alright, I'm coming down.
Are any of these keys do any of these keys look like the one we're looking for?
There's a whole key ring here. And you remember one of the reasons that Ginny sorry, this is like 8,000 NPC that I have to keep track of. One of the reasons that Ginny was so frustrated was because it was like the whole fucking set of keys. It was like her master set of keys. So when she was like, because everybody else on my team is freaking incompetent, it was because it's kind of making sense now. You're like, and you even have that moment, Themis, where you're like, oh, they lost the master keys. To everything probably. And yeah, you have that, you kind of look up and look at the keys and then kind of everything starts to kind of fall into place, and exactly that you're like yes.
Here, I could have Merlin take it back. And Ren will snap her fingers, and a little red ferret will crawl out on, or a weasel rather, will crawl up on top of the loot. It's just a magical familiar.
Okay, she kind of
It's not gonna hurt you.
I'm afraid of weasels.
Sorry, it'll be leaving shortly.
Okay.
I will.
I'll wait here, and she's like 15 feet up now. I'll wait here until now. Until then.
I assume I've seen this before, and therefore will give it the keys.
Yes.
Okay.
She's had the weasel out before in the group. Oh, actually, maybe you haven't. I know Allura did. I know Allura did because when we were leaving the town we were at for our first mission, I used Merlin to like keep an eye behind us back in the session 0. But I don't.
Vaguely remember that.
I mean, I assume she would have brought her out during like the big banquet and stuff. Like, it's not like she was hiding her or anything. She just only brings her out, sometimes. Anyway. Yeah, I have a magical connection with her, so.
Okay.
or him, so.
Well, all right.
Okay, and then
All right.
your ferret takes off.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
the weasel I imagine the keyring was sort of looped over his head, so it's like resting against his chest with the keys down his back, and he's just skittering off to Ginny's office.
Okay, yeah. So every movement is like someone is taking like a large spike and like into the walls, right? So every like, and it's kind of, and she kind of comes down very slowly, but it's still a little scary, right, at first. And she kind of lowers herself through the web. She's like, oh, excuse me, I made that one a little bit too well, and kind of glides in between the thick webs, and kind of eventually kind of reaches a point where she kind of flips over and kind of lands down, kicks up a little dust as she kind of lands. Her massive figure now kind of, she just kind of shakes her butt a little bit and kind of wiggles off some stone dust and just and then does the hi.
Hello.
Poem?
What?
Poem. I want to hear a poem.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, first, well, let me get to know y'all first. I'm
Introductions would be nice.
I'm Sheoldraes. Sheoldraes.
Nice to meet you, Sheoldraes.
Nice to meet you, Rin. I think. So far, no hammers. So that's good. Y'all have some scary looking weapons on you. I can see why Grayana would want you to help us.
Us.
Yeah.
Did you say us?
Us, yes. I mean, the host and Eve.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant there was more of you,
No,
which is delightful.
Well,
but-
I hope there are.
Do you... Sorry, I do want to hear the poem as well, actually, but I have a quick question. Do you know of anything about the sewers, the lower levels beneath here?
Yes, I do.
Have you been down there? Do you
No,
know what's
well,
down there?
Briefly, really nasty things. It's probably not a place you want to be, and it's kind of gross, very unsanitary. Obviously,
Unfortunately,
there's sewers.
That's our next job.
Oh my
but
gosh,
that's why
I
I'm
feel so bad for
asking-
you. I'm sorry. Well, I can make you
Can-
some webs to, if you get, icky, you can use some webs and, clean off your shoes. And I prefer
Quite
you didn't
thoughtful.
bring it into the cave either if you come back, it's kind I'll make some
So-
mats for you
Very
to wipe
useful.
your feet on before you come back.
Have you seen what's down there? Can you tell us about it?
Well, I was only down there briefly, and there were some scary tentacles with like sort of mouths on the end that came out of the sewer, and I said, nope, no thanks, and I scampered back up, and I've made a little sort of temporary hovel here, and I've got all kinds of trinkets and, things that inspire my poetry, little artifacts, and there's really pretty architecture here and little figurines, and there's some books that I found about the ancient writings and teachings of God. Really fascinating, if not eccentric, people that used to worship at this temple here. I've got like a whole collection of fascinating things and trinkets up there, and also behind these walls, these boulders can be easily moved, and there's a whole tunnel system behind there. Really convenient. I can kind of stack the boulders back up, but
Really quick, do the rogues know you're here, or is that why you were sort of trying to scare them away?
Well, they're all really scary and angry, and they came up screaming from the sewers, and
Well, they probably ran into the tentacle thing too. They asked us to go deal with that.
As well as get their keys back.
Yeah, they
Right.
said that they dropped the keys in this from the fright, and then wouldn't go near the keys because of
Scary things.
No offense, you
Well,
or perhaps your actions.
Right. Well, it's self-preservation. I really like my stuff. I don't want them taking it, right? And it was kind of like finders keepers, and who knows what I would be able to find with the keys. But if it means a lot to you, right? You can have the keys. I'm not that attached to them.
We might be able to find something more interesting for you.
Sure. I mean, and whatever you got. I'm just kind of a collector. If you find some really great literature or books of poems, everything here seems to be invention and artifice, and really some of these manuals are really just mundane. It's like, if you use X component in the 5th quadrant lateral and stuff, it's not really for me. Really dry, there needs to be more like flowery, language. I think a lot more people would get involved in the sciences if, they just use some, if it read like a fiction.
This is the birth of like Forgotten Realms, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and I'm here for it.
She
Isn't
does,
that-
she is
I have the wrong
intimidating. We'll
character
use
now
that
in my
word.
head.
Yeah, yeah.
In the tunnels
She's only
behind the boulder.
intimidating from the waist down. If the cameras only shoot from the waist up, she'll be safe.
She's like,
You were
well,
saying something.
she's like, well,
I'm
I like
sorry,
my
Allura.
form. I got I have a little wiggle, a little weight, a little largesse to my form, and it keeps it, it gives me some intimidation factor. That way, if people try to, come in but the human law in Hillsfar and everything, people are really scary. They just hate indiscriminately anybody that doesn't look like a human or that sort of thing. So it's really really tough because I know they've got to shoot first.
I am intimately aware.
That
Oh,
sounds
As
like
a-
I'm
Nestor.
sorry.
As am I.
You
what's
said
it?
you have a
Got a plan
poem.
for that.
Yes.
I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to as well, but what's in the tunnel behind the boulders?
More tunnel and sort of soft things that I keep, and fur in the back. Is some tunnels up to the surface, and kind of made it my own, right? It's like my own network, and I can go for walks and clear my head, explore.
Interesting.
Yeah, they really eventually they just lead back up to the surface. That's all.
Makes sense.
So you want to hear my poem?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes,
Consider it
please.
a gift.
I do want to say before you start reading it, because I don't want to interrupt the actual reading.
Okay.
After she gets a few lines in and the sort of meter of the poem is established, Rin will start sort of improvising music to go along with it.
She says, "The widows weep, and the forests wail, as hate runs deep, and all hope fails. From shadows we came, to shadows return, as legacy wanes, and the webwood burns. As Elistre rings, embrace her, your new matron, your new mother. For amidst despair and the darkest of hours, from the west as fair, a new shadow devours. As foretold in the webs of the woods and the stone, the rising tide ebbs, and soon we come home."
Beautiful.
Just
That's
kinda-
very nice. And I hope that you do get to come home before too long.
She
Or
kind of
go home,
gets
as
very
it were.
somber at that and just kind of just rips a little moisture from her eyes. Well, thank you. I hope so too. But you're here to help with that?
We're here to help with something
Yeah.
different, but I think the goal is to retake Shadowdale, yes.
Well, then we can actually come home.
Yes, that's the hope. In the meantime, I'm
Have
hoping
you
we
seen the
can find a
Shadow
way-
Tower?
No, we haven't been there yet.
She kind of puts... I only saw it when I was very young, in its full glory. I'm still very young myself, but the Shadow
Do you-
Tower... Yes?
Do you have anything from Shadowdale?
Um,
Any like keys or trinkets, anything like that?
I have the spider brooch that my mother gave to me before she died. You see, we were part of a household in the Underdark, and when we were banished, my whole family, who were, I guess, my parents failed. The Spider Queen. My mother was pregnant at the time, but she was still, I guess, they called it a curse, but then, guess here I am, and my mother was the only one left after we had fled simultaneously from a little bit of violence, from what I was told, from the House of the Underdark to establish a new society up above, following Elistray. And I was raised by the matrons from as long as I can remember. My mother died shortly after I was born, but I have this spider brooch that used to belong to her, and that's kind of all. Rather than, that's what makes me feel home. And there are elements of Drowish culture from the Underdark that we still implement, kind of spider themes and in our architecture, in our art, in works, but if we have a new goddess and a list of other, from what we discovered, a whole established faith of a drow pantheon, that ancient drow that separated from the Spider Queen and broke off and lived in hiding, and it really inspired the whole house, and here we are. But that's what I keep, and she kind of points, and she has like that sort of red crimson brooch that has that sort of very traditional drowish sort of spider architecture on it. That sort of the clasp of the spider clasping the ruby.
That's quite pretty.
Cute. That's
After
about
hearing,
all I have from home. Go ahead.
I was just to say, after hearing that story, Tara will finally kind of drop her defensive stance, and just kind of give her a soft look and say, "Well, hopefully, you'll be able to go back and have a home again when we take it back."
Well, we've had to flee our homes twice now. First, when House Dreneve fled the Underdark, and well, I'm told I obviously wasn't there for that, but a second time when humans from Hillsfar, I don't know why they say human law, because down in Hillsfar there are halflings too, and elves from the forest of Cormanthier to the east. Sort of, they're part of this Hillsfar allegiance, but I guess this far in the southwest, on the fringes of
The human
Moonsea
law
territory.
was an older. The human law used to be an older law, and it was re-implemented recently.
I just don't understand how the halflings and elves of Shadowdale can be a part of something like that when clearly the people that they serve hate them too. Doesn't really make any sense.
They look human enough.
Yes.
And
Strange bedfellows.
surviving is difficult.
Yeah, you can say that again. It gets really lonely down here. But
I'm sure.
I miss my sisters. They told me I would be safer here.
Maybe we could find a way for you to help the rogues or something, so that you don't have to be so alone when you're here. You don't have to be so afraid.
Do you think they would be okay with that?
If you promise to stop scaring people out of their temple.
I think on the surface right now, metaphorically speaking, I don't think that they would accept you as you currently, as things currently stand.
Oh.
But maybe we can speak on your behalf after we've cleaned out the sewers? How well do you know the sewers? Like, do you know
Again,
paths?
not very well. I was only down there for a short period of time before I came up here.
That makes sense.
Scary down there.
Right. That's why we're here. Okay.
I think I think the best idea for right now is go ahead and stay here. Don't go running around and spooking the rogues, because they probably won't appreciate your poetry or anything else. For now,
Love the poetry.
But we'll see. We'll see if we can get them to come around.
They're
We-
afraid
we
of a
can-
lot of things right now, and we need to make them less afraid before they can accept new people, I think.
Speaking of on the surface, they have some problems upstairs as well, so they're a little on edge in general, and then they lost the keys, and it's been a bad 10-day. It's been a lot of bad 10 days in a row for them, so this would be a shock. But let us go and finish dealing with the problems in the sewers, and then we'll come back and hopefully be able to make friends.
Is the only thing that you can create with your magic... I'm sorry, Essie, I didn't realize you were going to talk. Is the only thing that you can create with your magic darkness and scary things? Or could you just create, like, the illusion of a wall or something so they wouldn't even notice this cavern is here?
You hear a voice from behind you, familiar now. I know what it's like to be feared. And you can see Defiance kind of just standing there and listening to everything.
As do I. And Rin will let the human features fade away. The colors, like I've said before, they sort of dissipate as little illusory butterflies that just sort of fly off around her as she goes back to her changeling form, her base form.
But not feared because of how intimidating you are or your reputation, but for who you were born as. And they just kind of slowly walk in. She kind of raises an eyebrow and is a little skeptical and looks for you and just, And they say, it's all right. It's all right.
Sheoldraes,
Seems to be one of the good ones.
can I introduce to you Defiance?
Well, yes, I'm aware of the concept.
No, that's their name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Defiance. I'm sorry about that. I'm Sheoldraes.
I'm sorry, you said you had books that were about, like, magic and stuff.
Yes.
Could you perhaps retrieve them? I think Defiance might be able to make use of them.
Well, let's not be too hasty. I'll probably need a few hours at least, maybe a better part of the rest of the day, to try and convince everyone here that you can be of a benefit to us and that you are one of us. I, without a doubt, have faith in my ability to convey this
If it helps,
situation.
She was the one that found your keys.
I figured. Was it you
If
that
that
took the
helps.
keys in the first place? Yes? Why? Finders keepers. And they just...
I can appreciate that.
They let out like a little bit of a relieved laugh and just, all right. Well, I will certainly do my part. Sheoldraes. For now, stay put here, and apparently you can climb up the walls and hang from the web, so something, hang around, stick around, some, and she just, right, I'm not a comedian, but, insert comedy here, but seriously, relax, stay out of sight. I will be back for you. But stay out of sight for now. And we will do our best to keep them safe in the meantime. And he just takes the keys and kind of takes one off of the ring and holds it up. Suraki.
That's very good to know.
Okay.
Oh, no, I wasn't actually taking it. I was just responding to his words. If you want to take
Okay.
the key, take the key.
Yeah, Simeon will reach out and say, "Thank you, cousin." I don't know.
And keys for everything else that we needed. You can now see why Ginny was so upset about everything.
That's the first objective.
Yes, this being our master set of keys for everything else that we need to operate. So, much obliged.
Aren't
This has gone
you-
a long way.
Aren't you thieves that can lockpick?
Yes, but why use good lockpicks when you can simply retrieve your master keys and risk them breaking? I mean, eventually, if it came down to it, sure, but I would
also
much
risk
rather
breaking
have
the
the
lock.
keys. Yes, that too.
It's been annoying to unlock all of your everything with, lockpicks.
Right.
Keys are invented
Yeah,
for
Skyrim.
a reason.
Just question. Just a question.
If it was important, I'm sure.
I mean, he looks back at Husky and says, "Do you open every lock with a hammer?"
Yes.
So
I'm sorry,
far,
I
that
shouldn't-
does seem to be the case, actually.
I shouldn't have asked that question. Never mind. For
Or
now,
my paws? Or my foot paws?
they kind of just blink. I'll take the keys back to Ginny, and I'll do my best to ease the Rogues of Tilverton into having someone new into our ranks. In the meantime, kind of jingles the keys. This has gone a long way because, yes, despite our ability to lockpick, I would, as a collective guild of thieves, I would very much rather have the keychain. So, Suraki, this mystery has been solved. And from what I gathered from the initial conversation, it seems like no more spooky, scary stuff in the meantime, or magical darkness, or scaring the pants off of the rest of the rogues, yes?
For the moment, but it might be best to direct them away from this spot anyway. I can't imagine someone like her would inspire confidence in them for the moment.
Well, they best get on board one way or another. By the way, you are especially lovely, my dear Sheoldraes. Your beauty is captivating. And she just blushes entirely and just, another. Oh, sorry. Carry on. Just a compliment.
Before he leaves, Weasel runs up his leg to his shoulder and then jumps across to Rin. Because Weasel was carrying the keys earlier.
She kind of just Sheoldraes kind of takes it, leans back a little bit and just.
And then when Sheoldraes jumps onto Rin's shoulder, she snaps and he just poofs into his
Ooh, that's a nice trick.
his pocket dimension. I mean, he might do that. Yeah, he might do that too, but.
Defiant says, "That's a nice trick. And also, I did get a kick out of the silence that you cast earlier." And he just kind of sparks a few little bits of magic in his fingertips. I don't think I would have dispelled it even if I was there. That was amusing.
I am delighted to amuse. And I don't like being disrespected.
I don't think any of us do. Which is why I think many of us found it quite hilarious. However, Sheoldraes, in the meantime, keep yourself out of sight. I will be back. And this is a good start, a storm watch. But it's a start, it's a foot in the door. If you really want to win Ginny over to your side, find out what's been dragging our folk into the sewers.
It's literally the next thing we're about to do.
I can only fear the worst. Go ahead.
One step at a time.
Right.
Apparently tentacles with teeth?
Really?
Above board, I have my suspicions about what that is, but I don't know that Rin would have ideas, so...
That's a new development.
Actually, on that note, could I roll an Arcana or something to see if I've come across descriptions of a creature like this, in a book or something?
I'll give you a history check, DC 20.
Using DM inspiration on that?
Okay.
Clemma's gonna whisper something to Sheoldraes.
I don't get it. It was a natural 7. Give me a second.
Okay. Unfortunate. I think you know what it is, though, okay.
7 for a total of 12.
Sounds like a scary tentacle monster with teeth. Could be anything.
Literally.
Sounds like a bad
Damn
time.
it, Squidward.
Yeah, Defiance just says, right. Well, if you can figure out what it is, just use caution. Our last group was disorganized, scattered, and overconfident. I don't believe you will make the same mistake.
No.
He says that, but we're gonna come back 2 sessions from now with like 3 casualties.
And he just kind of strikes a
Nope.
little pose and just gives you a little, a kind of a snap of a snap of the finger, and a wink with like a, and like a, and kind of just. You ever need to identify a Rogue of Tilverton? And then just walks away. And
Much obliged.
okay. He is going to go let everyone know that there is a friendly Drider. He seems confident that.
Thamus will just look over at Rin. There will be no casualties on my watch.
Well, I like your confidence.
Well, let's go see what
Speaking
that
of
purple monster is.
confidence, Sheoldraes, you should write Defiance a poem.
Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. I like them. They seem very, sort of like they understood what I was saying.
I have a question for you, DM.
Yes.
About our sort of intentions. Are we intending to stay in Tilverton until the army regiment arrives? Like, are we going to be here
Yes.
for that whole 10-day or whatever it takes for them?
Yes, because
Okay,
then you're
cool.
going to make your next domain action, which is armament, resupply, shore up the defenses here, help the rogues
Right.
however you can, and then your next domain action is going to be armament here, and then it's going to be dueling intrigue as you proceed. So there's 5 more
Right.
rounds of intrigue, and you are going to be dueling intrigue along the way with Hillsfar,
Right.
with the Hillsfar
Okay.
Alliance.
We're going to be here for some time. Maybe after we deal with the sewer problem. I would love to work with you to maybe write some stories or write some songs about Shadowdale, about yourself, about the rogues.
Sure, I would love to tell you about the Shadow Tower. Maybe I
would love
could
to
write it
hear.
all down.
Please, because I would love to take some of these stories back to my spider friend in the Feywild.
You have spider friends in the Feywild? Are you
Yes.
from the Feywild?
I am.
Oh, I love the pink. It's so pretty.
Oh, you're pretty.
Oh, thank you. And every time she
Now
does
I know
that,
2 nice
these
spiders.
these claws just from somewhat 2 of her 8 legs just kind of in the front.
And the fact that she isn't doing them with her, humanoid arms
Yes.
is the even cuter part.
Yes. And she just kind of takes a step back and she, before you leave, she says, "Hopefully you can see the Shadow Tower when it is lit and fully charged. When it is, everything is surrounded by perpetual starlight. You can blanket an entire town in this seemingly natural midnight. And it seamlessly allows you to also view and see the stars and the cosmos and all of the colors in the sky. It's
Beautiful.
perpetual
Sounds stunning.
prime starlight. And it seems to invigorate those of us of Drowish origin and descent. It gives us this strength. So of course it was the first thing that was disabled when the Hillsfar Alliance and the humanoids of Shadowdale kicked us all out of our ancestral home. They smashed the shadow orb in the tower, and I think it's been the same since. They know we're mostly nocturnal, so...
But
I'm
it can be
sorry.
fixed, right?
I mean, I hope so, but first we have to get in the tower. That's the problem. Hillsfar has been fortified over the past decade, even more so than it was before. They've been building a wall outside of the city, and it seems like returning home gets farther and farther away every day.
We've got a plan for the wall.
Oh?
A few of them, actually. But
Oh.
that's a conversation for another time. We should go deal with the sewer problem.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you.
Tentacles.
Be careful with the mouthy tentacles.
Of course.
I want to talk to y'all again, and we can talk more about poetry and beautiful places.
You as well. If all goes well, we'll be here for about a 10-day or so.
Ooh. Well, I look
So,
forward to it.
Stay safe. Stay safe. We'll see you soon, okay?
You too. Okay, bye. And she just kind of excitedly kind of scampers up the wall, like.
No, wait. And Clem was getting
Oh,
ready to
what?
give her a hug.
She comes
He
back
wanted to
down
give her a hug.
really quickly, like, and everyone's like, ah, and then she just kind of runs right up to Clem and kind of gets real close, kind of puts her butt down, like the abdomen down, and kind of leans forward and kind of just gives you a big hug. And also, she has a couple of, she has her sort of 4 base legs, and then there are sort of 6 base legs, and then there are like 2 more on her back. That is the one she uses kind of like extra appendages. And she kind of hugs you with 4 appendages.
Everyone join the hug. She's probably been alone here for a while. Hugs are good.
Ren puts the human face back on.
Who wants to
and
get in
hugs.
on the Drider hug? Everybody, yes, come in on the Drider hug. Big spider
And
girl
then she
hug.
webs us all up and eats us.
Thank you, but I am not a hugger. I appreciate. I'm gonna just stay here.
She's like, I eat veg. She's
Simeon
like,
gets in on the hug. He gets the concept.
she's like, I'm a vegetarian.
And no offense, meant. I just personally, I'm not a hugger. I'm sorry. It's my personal space.
I mean, you can really make some good stuff with soy. You can make it like deep fried and crispy. Well, I guess eggs technically doesn't make me a vegetarian, but eggs is where I'll break the rules a little bit if I can get fresh eggs. But you can get
I
fresh
think the
eggs and
term-
greens and
I think the term for that is an ovo-lacto vegetarian.
ooh. Fair enough. Anybody else want a hug?
All right.
It's okay, you can say no. Thank you for the hug. And she kind
Of
of
course.
gives Clem a little, like, kind of using 2 of the appendages and also makes a little heart with her hands and just, okay, I'll see you soon. And then just kind of scampers up into the ceilings,
Amazing.
the ceiling of the
As-
cavern, and kind of
As
sets
we
up.
start to leave, Tara just kind of mutters, "I hope it's not a tentacle monster. If we don't find ghosts, I'm gonna be really disappointed."
Same, actually.
Yeah, I think this was our ghost.
I also think this was our ghost. I don't think... I don't think the thing that's killing people was the ghost.
Well,
Let's go find out.
there, we don't find any ghosts.
Let's go do
I
the
don't have
thing.
any follow-up.
So we head on down to the sewers.
Yep.
Did you want to take the lead on that, Allura? You said you were going to look for traps or something, right?
Yeah, look for any pitfalls.
Okay, so if you zoom out a little bit, if you want to go under this level, okay, so this kind of where you are now would be kind of like on top, but if you move forward, you would end up here. So I'll just see what I mean.
Right.
Yep, so on the other, and then there's sort of like steps that go up, and there are pillars, right? So more of those, what you saw, the pillars in like the T shape, almost like the aqueduct shape, that have the sort of curved, almost like a Y, and then come to a T on the top, that sort of surrounds this base level of ankle deep water, and more of this sort of small keep in the center here. But there's a little bridge here that you can cross under, and here in the corner here, there is a little gap in this sort of keep area that you can squeeze through after kind of making an initial cursory glance. And you can look up and see the upper 2 levels above you as well. So these people on the table here, they are kind of, when you're standing right here, I'll move you a little closer so everyone's in the, right. So when you're sitting here, you're looking up. This would be the 2nd floor here, right? And then this would be the 3rd floor. So these people playing cards are up on the 3rd floor. So walking forward, you would end up in the ankle deep water, and then moving around this sort of enclosed keep area. This bridge is above you, blocked off by rubble, and then coming around, you would find sort of a break in the wall that goes into this keep area. And they would have shown you a basic map and a basic layout of this at some point, and or at least given you the basic directions, because there was like a whole thing with a map. So they would have told you directions to get here as to not break the immersion with the map type of a thing. So they would say, just go straight, get to the keep, and there's a hole in the side of the wall on the right side of the keep. Easy enough directions to follow, I think.
Easy enough.
So you would come through here, and then under the bridge, and here is the gap. So I'm just gonna kind of show you all the direction right here, under the bridge, and here is the gap right here. And you can kind of see in what appears to be an arena. There are various blood stains on the floor throughout, and somebody would have mentioned, a training pit, a fighting pit type of thing. So.
Oh wow.
1.
I guess we're going to take a look inside then.
Yep,
Sounds
let's
like a
go
plan.
forward.
Simeon will take his shield out and head on in.
Yeah, and exactly as described, there are sort of pillars also that have more of those sort of T-shaped structures. This is sort of like a raised wooden platform you can see up above on the 2nd floor there, the bridge where the rubble has been kind of strewn across, and sort of like a raised tower that goes up. And this is where the cavernous ceiling is at its largest. It goes up about 60 or so feet, 60 to 70 feet at the apex of the cavern. And it just goes way up, but this sort of upper platform extends up about 25 feet. Same thing, another sort of 25-foot high sort of wooden platform here, another 20-foot wooden platform, 10 to 15-foot platform here. And again, kind of like the wooden platforms seem to have been added, so they can have like a little bit of an arena here. There's some barrels and bloodstains, and the main sewer grate that you were told is in the center of the keep that they use for an arena appears to be right here. It's sort of a 10-foot diameter grate. So it's pretty big, and it makes sense as like a main sewer access. So anybody could squeeze down there, even sort of ogres, trolls, anybody could come up and down. Larger Goliaths, Dragonborn, easy fit for anybody.
Easy enough.
Cool. All right.
Themis, I'm just going to
Let's
move
go
your
into the depths.
token in there.
And that grate is where people were being swooped through. Is that correct? Or
Yep.
No?
So this grate seems to be the that was the area that they were describing as like the main sewer grate that people were coming in and out of. So when they fled in a hurry, that's where they went down. Or that's where they came up from, I should say.
Simeon will approach the edge and see if he can't find the lock, but we'll wait for Allura if they're going to do any trap checking.
On that note, are you going to be investigating or perceptioning?
Themis, I just moved your token in there.
Enhanceability.
It all depends on what the DM asks. I didn't.
I mean, whatever you want. You can make a roll. You can just unlock it. You can make a check. Whatever you want to do.
No. The question was for like looking for traps, looking for stuff when we're down there. What I was going to use enhanceability, and it's a question of intelligence or wisdom.
Whatever you want. I mean, if you're depends on whether or not you're going to be doing more investigation or more.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to check it for traps first. Is there anything I have to roll for that?
I'll just hold off on casting the spell for now.
Okay. All right. Investigation.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Okay. You feel a bit silly. It's not likely that the main sewer grate in and out of the sewer is trapped.
I didn't think so.
You can say it with confidence now, though, Allura. You're like, yes, definitely not trapped. Makes perfect sense.
Mostly looking for any eyeballs with tentacles and teeth hanging about
Yep.
waiting to pull me in.
No, you're totally good.
Alright,
In
well,
that
let's get
case,
this thing open.
click.
Okay, all right, Simeon takes the main key and kind of in grand fashion, and you're able to lift the sewer grate up with all of your combined strength collectively. It might take you, it's a little heavier than expected, but with everyone together giving a little oomph to this, you can very easily pull up that sewer grate. So
And then once we unlock that, Simeon is going to pocket the key.
the next tarot card that was pulled earlier from Isabit's, the next time a relevant check comes into play, that will come in useful, and I'll show you what it is at that time, because it is a wild card, and it was pulled straight up. It's a wild card of the DM's choosing to give an unspecified boon or benefit to the party the next time that they make an attack roll, saving throw, ability check, etc., as is appropriate. And then I'll reveal what card that is when we get there. And then there was a third one from the raid, so we'll get to that after as well. But I didn't forget about you, Isabits. That tarot card is sitting in the queue. So y'all take the time to lift up the grate and head into the sewers.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Clem is going to pull out a torch and uses Prestidigits to light it up.
Pristine Digimon. Pristine Digimon education.
Yes,
Presti-
exactly.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
Yes. Now, when you, as soon as you descend about 18 feet into the sewer, down this single ladder, you come to a large antechamber that descends down into staircases. It descends about a few hundred feet in any direction, and then there are stairwells that go down. There are six different paths you can take.
When we get down there, can I pull out the Amulet of Sune again, or the pendant again, and see if it lights up still?
It is not lighting up again. That seemed to be a one-time use from the tarot cards.
Okay.
But it still has its original
I knew
function.
That, but
yes.
I figured I knew that, but
Confirmed.
I figured Ren would try it again, because she wouldn't know that it was, for sure one-time use.
Of course.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Failing that, I guess she'll light up a candle. It's kind of my only option.
Okay. So you have
Yeah.
torches and candles and everything. Okay. So, but the first question I need to know, as a DM, is where to place you. So I need to know there in this antechamber where there are 6 different directions, none of which are emerging immediate threats. Which way do you go?
Okay, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
That was the end of the Stormwatch campaign.
Well, 6 of us.
Can we hear anything coming from any of the different directions, or
Hmm.
see a light in the distance, anything like that?
Make a perception check for sound. As I just spit up my ice cube. I'm sorry, that was gross.
I got a dirty
And-
20.
Oh, okay. You hear several things. You kind of,
Which I do.
so Tara gets down onto the ground and actually just puts her ear into the stone, because right now it's clean stone, right? It's not sewer. No, you find a clean patch of stone and you're able to kind of listen in to the stone. From the passage to the north, you hear flowing water and sort of this from 2 different directions. And as you kind of slowly lean and adjust, the largest, most aggressive water seems to be coming from the path to
Should we
the path
be
to
seeing
the
the antechamber you're describing?
No,
or-
no. This is theater of the
Okay.
mind. The path to the sort of northeast, sort of an angular path, has the most intense direction, sound of flow of water. To the southeast, there are two paths there. Both kind of have a similar flow of water. One you can hear like this cavernous drip from. To the path directly behind you, there is sort of like a faint flow of water and sort of like a dull wind, sort of dull breeze. And then from the path to your left, you hear like the faintest vibrations of what seem to be voices, just kind of.
I will relay that information to everybody
Okay.
and point out the direction where I heard where I think I heard the voices, and say, I hear something. Sounds like they're talking down this way. The rest of the ways, I get a lot of water sounds. One of the paths sounds a little windy, but this way sounds like there's voices.
That seems like our first port of call, I assume.
Logical to me.
Sounds like.
There might be people still alive down here that were dragged down here.
Make an insight check for me, Tara.
Ooh, hold on, I can math.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 24.
The vibrations on the voices sounded hushed and calm and deliberate. No one's
Okay.
supposed to be alive down here.
Okay. I will relay that as well. It sounds like they're calm and collected, whoever's talking. It doesn't sound like they're in any kind of distress.
In that case, we should be quiet.
That's my thought as well.
Okay. When we get a bit closer, I'll put out my candle so we can not give ourselves away with light as well.
Now, you gave the description of this sort of like large vaulted ceiling area. Does it look like there's anywhere for torches to be set in this area for like maintenance or whatever?
So that was before you descended into the sewers. That was sort of like the main complex of the Temple of God. Now that you're in the sewer, you descended about 18 feet, and it's kind of, the walls are only like 6 feet high, so some of you might have to duck a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
For sure, yeah.
Can y'all
Jeez.
see anything?
I can see nothing.
Nope.
Although, well, ping where I should be.
Okay. So don't put yourselves on the map yet.
I still can't see anything. No worries.
Also cannot see
Regularly,
it.
we have this problem where, like, I'll be on the map, but I have no vision on the map.
Right.
But then also, the map loads in the top left corner, and I'm in the bottom right.
Okay.
Because
Yeah. Sorry.
features.
Marching order.
I think Simeon led the charge down the ladder at least. But
Rin would position herself somewhere in the middle. Without dark vision, she wouldn't want to risk getting lost.
Tara would be in the back, probably, kind of holding on to whoever's in front of her because she does not have dark vision as well.
Okay.
sounds like it's Simeon and Themis maybe at the front.
Okay, Clem will be behind them and third.
Okay. So the stairwell sort of descends into an open area that you can kind of drop down into. It's sort
You
of
still with us, Ange?
It seems like an access hatch that you can just kind of drop down. So the stairs kind of descend to a little drop, and you can drop down 6 feet into a dark room. So I'm going to drop down Themis at the front, followed by Simeon, and who else?
I
I'm
think it was
certainly headed down.
Lem,
Clem would be
we're
third.
the
He
lower
wants to be in the front somewhere.
So you realize, and then Allura,
Mhm.
and then Terra, and Rin, right?
Rin in front of Terra, I think.
Yeah, Tara was in the very back.
Okay.
Rin has a candle to help with vision.
And then Clem still has his torch.
Okay. So, Themis, what's your
At
dark?
least until we feel we're closer.
Gotcha. Themis, what's your dark vision?
My dark feet is 60 feet.
Okay, dark vision of 60 feet. Okay. You should be able to see now. Simeon, do you have dark vision?
I do.
What's your
Also
dark
60.
vision? Okay. And for Themis and Simeon, let me know if you can see. Okay.
Yes.
A tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can see very little.
Okay. And for Clem, what's your dark vision?
0.
Okay, and you have a torch?
I have a torch.
And the torch emits bright light at 10, right?
Ooh, that's a good question. 1 sec.
Okay.
Bright at 20.
A torch? Yeah, a
dim for
torch is
another.
20 and 20.
20 and 20?
Yes.
20 bright, 20
Yep.
bright light for 20 feet, dim light for an additional 20.
Awesome. Thank you both. Okay, and Allura, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, dim 60, and then whatever is after that. And
One-
I don't
darkness
like
as
this
if it were
map. That
dim.
is so...
Okay. So is it 60 or 120?
It's in 60 feet dim light. I can see as if bright, and then
Okay.
any darkness is just dim light.
Gotcha. Okay. And Rin, do you have dark vision?
No. Candle is 5 foot light, 5 foot bright, and then 5 foot dim.
Okay. All right. And Tara, do you have dark vision?
No, but I also have a torch that I lit on Clem's torch.
Okay. Bright light, and it's 2020, right? For torch.
Yeah.
All right. Does everyone have vision?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see
Yeah.
from Allura to Themis.
Okay. Rin and Terra, you're not down yet because it gets a little cramped, and as you drop down into the access hatch, you... Oh, thank you for joining us, Frog Hemoth. Oh, it was so awesome to have you.
Yes, absolutely. One of the best people out there.
As you... Oh, and again, I'll repost our Discord, Frog Hemoth, if you want to jump in. I'll repost it for everyone here if you want to join and hang out with us. Yeah. All right. So, Allura, you kind of get pushed back into this sort of cavern, and you can see why there's an access hatch here. It looks like they were expanding the tunnel system here, so that's why it's an access hatch that drops down. And Themis, as you move forward, you can see there is an old wooden door, right? Sort of like an older door that just kind of sits in front of you. And Simeon, same thing, as you drop in, you kind of take position back as Clem drops in right after you, and it's a little crowded now. And again, Allura is kind of reshuffles back there. And Terra and Rin, you're not actually in the tunnel, you're up top for now, but it just placed you on the map. So a little crowded.
Does the door open in or out? Like, is it pull towards me or push away?
It looks like it opens outward.
I'm gonna try and open the door.
Okay. All right. You kind of... It's a little stuck on the stone. You would have to really push it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you just...
Yeah, I got strength. I can do that.
Okay, the door kind of flies open. Stand by 1 second. I have to do stuff now.
There's a door in this tunnel.
And on our first experience, we were not terribly stealthy, it sounds like.
Considering I
Does
have
anyone have a
dis-
passive perception above 19?
Above
Do-
19? No.
Okay, good to
Half
know.
the
No.
group can't see in the dark. It's hard for us to be stealthy when we don't know what's going on.
And I'm leading with a disadvantage to stealth.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty much.
So
So
the
Simeon's
door
going to go
before you.
left while you all go right.
Opens up into what appears to be a hastily abandoned common area. There are small works of caverns on far sides that have been plugged over by tables and benches and books. There are spilled inkwell vials and plenty of parchment and records that mundane records spread out about, as well as old jars of what appear to be tea or old half-decaying vegetables that have been hastily abandoned that are starting to turn, right? Because they've been left out. Not more than a 10-day for sure, but some of the vegetables are a little brown. There's dusty grains here now too that you can see some maggots and that went in there pretty quickly. Hastily abandoned, but not over a week. So, but stale. Everything in this common area is very stale. In Themis, there is a dead body about 15 feet to your left. A rogue of Tilverton, who is face down on the ground in a pool of their own blood.
Well, shit.
The common area also seems to extend more tables and chairs and sort of a bar area in the back with old kegs. And again, hastily abandoned within less than a week. Probably less than 7 days, as the rogues were describing to you.
I will at the very least flip over the body and kind of get it out of the way and basically kind of say a blessing of sorts and just kind of, not let it be face down in its own blood.
Okay, so go ahead and move your token.
You said 15 feet to the left, yeah?
Yeah, right over here. It's on the roll 20. So you can see this token here with the
Okay.
X through it. That's the body.
Yep, that's where we're... Alright.
As you approach, you can also see a larger section and a second body about 20 other feet in that direction. Just the corner of the body here.
We will attempt to get the body out of the way. I say out of the way, but I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Now,
but we'll
is
pedal
the rest of this space still dark?
yes,
By the
so
way, other than like torchlight.
there are a few sun shafts that provide very dim light at best, but there is definitely, the whole place is dull, dim light, right? So, but you need, some places are particularly dark, so you will need light to see, essentially. But if you can see in dim light, you're fine. But you still need to kind of adjust your eyes. Now, in the main area, as you look to the north, that is where most of the sun shafts are, and that area is lit by the sun of the midday from sun shafts. It's still like sort of dim, but not quite sort of full dim that is almost darkness. And as you all kind of come in behind Themis, you see it first. The sound of churning water and creaking wood echoes through the spacious waterworks before you, within which you now currently stand. The mechanical workings of this former wonder of Gone still operate tirelessly, as if the status quo in Tilverton never changed, and the wood churns. You can hear the water, the sloshing of water from around you, the running of water from through the sewers, and the creaking of the wood of this massive waterworks. The sound of running water flows through the masterfully crafted stoneworks of the Tilverton sewer system in every direction around you as described. Evidence of recent activity abound, including hastily abandoned chairs, tables, and workbenches that extend into the common area, also as described earlier.
All right.
I see anything valuable?
Make a perception check. General check to see if you find anything of value in this hastily abandoned area.
And on that same line, you said hastily abandoned less than a 10-day ago.
Right, by the rogues.
Is there,
That's what they told you.
is there anything hastily abandoned less than a minute or two ago?
Make a perception check for this area with that specifically as well. Okay, so two different things. Okay, Allura, let me know what you get for your perception to generally check
Old
for
garbage?
valuables.
It's a 7.
7. Okay, yeah, nothing. Simeon, perception.
Simeon is going to use Demon Inspiration on that
Okay.
perception
Yep.
and get a 17.
Something's not right here. And you look over and see Themis investigating the body, and you've been in battles before, mostly like sort of street battles where things go down and you get this sense of dread creeping up your spine. If there's anything worth investigating, Allura would likely know if there is anything valuable. And she seems to find nothing. And just a quick cursory glance, I would say collectively, maybe you can see, and Allura, it takes you about 5 minutes, but you can collect some of the silver and copper that's been left at the table.
Nice.
Collectively, Allura, over the next couple of minutes, you find about 34 silver, 57 copper, and 3 gold pieces kind of scattered about, as well as an inkwell vial that is a half-empty inkwell vial that is spilled, as well as a quill pen and several other books of records that are kind of littering the area around you. And Simeon, given your background, some street violence you've seen, this really is. And Themis, you start to kind of turn the body over and say a little prayer, right? Okay, and you kind of see this happen, and you're like, something's weird. Something's off with your 17. Maybe the body might be a good place to start. You just have this gut instinct.
It's a trap.
As
Simeon's
Simeon
gonna head
is-
over and try and
as-
pull Themis back from the body.
Okay,
as
once you're
Simeon is
there,
doing that.
make a medicine check. Rin,
can-
go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to give him inspiration.
Okay.
To hopefully assist with that. I don't know what I would say to inspire him.
Medicine
Trust
check, you
your
say?
instincts.
Yep.
Trust your instincts, Simeon.
And then you're giving bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do a little strum, just a really quiet one, like like trust
Oh,
your
bardic inspiration,
instincts.
not
Yep, bardic
manic.
inspiration. Yep. So go ahead and what's your bardic inspiration die right now at this level?
It is a D8.
D8. So go ahead and roll a D8.
How about an 8? 18.
You kind of you pull Themis back. Themis, you're being pulled back by Simeon. Simeon's like, nope. It's a trap. You let him pull you back.
I don't fight it. For what it is worth, I'm immune to disease.
Okay.
But I will. But yeah, no, I just clear it. Also, examining the body, what happened here?
Okay. So Simeon, with your 18, this body is very close to one of the exits. And the blood that is here is fresh. And you it's coming from a neck wound.
Okay, so yeah, they just got them.
There is
he-
there's no way I can stabilize this poor rogue, is there?
Fresh as in several hours, not recently, but
Oh, it's
no,
been hours,
unfortunately not.
okay.
Yep.
Simeon is going to, because he can sort of see like the foot sticking up over here, right?
Yep, you can. That one also
Um,
has a puddle of blood around the head.
He's gonna sort of sneak up to this point and just sort of look around the corner.
Okay, stealth check. Now I'm gonna give, with Odin the Allfather, with your pull, I'm gonna give a table inspiration. Odin the Allfather is giving you a table inspiration for whoever wants to use. And make sure y'all can see this. Arrow, so Isabet's, there we go. I'm gonna show the stream. There we go. CC DeMarco, Viking Oracle Tarot, Odin the Allfather has given you his blessing. So table inspiration. Use it wisely. Discuss what you want to use the check on. To start, stealth check. 16. Okay.
It's going to be the first time someone rolls lower than a 10 on something.
Good.
Now, in this case, this is inspiration as in get advantage, or inspiration as in roll.
Table inspiration means that you can discuss amongst yourselves when anybody can use the inspiration. It's a floating table inspiration for anybody that wants to use it as the group dictates and decides. Okay.
I will actually agree with the first time someone rolls bad.
Depending on what it is, probably.
Yeah, some things
Conditional,
are less important than other things. But yeah.
Can I see that far?
So it's kind of dim, I would say.
Dark vision is 60 feet.
Yeah.
It's really the angles more than anything.
Let's see. You only
And
have
knowing-
60.
And knowing that Simeon's trying to be stealthy, I'm not moving because I can't be stealthy.
Yeah, I can see in darkness as if it were dim, and dim as if it were bright, sans color. So if I have line of sight, I can see it. It's just dim light,
Yeah.
unless I just turn on my vision properly.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you peek into the whole room and see. Oh no, that's
Oh, I can still actually I
It's
can
an
still see it with the
angle.
angles from where I'm standing. I can still see that location.
just an angle.
Can I-
So never mind. I'm just gonna get rid of that. I think you just kind of
Can
see
I-
that far.
Can I creep in with Simeon, also being stealthy? I'll put out the candle
Stealth check.
and
Put
just
out the
sort of
candle.
stay
Okay.
on his heels.
All right.
Just to make sure nobody is going anywhere alone right now.
Okay. So right behind. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
And then I
Sure.
would like to make a Well, no. I would like to listen and see if I can hear anything in here.
Okay. All right. Perception from Rin. Stealth from Rin. Perception from Simeon.
Just a 12.
Okay.
Oh, stealth is good. That's a total of 18.
Okay.
For that stealth.
Allura, you find the coin. Thamus, are you hanging back, letting Simeon and Rin kind of inch forward?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not moving. I am, however, going to try and actively listen for anything out of the ordinary.
Perception check from Themis. Okay, and Tara, what are you doing?
Tara was just kind of wandering around and she got curious what everybody else was doing over here. So she kind of walked over there. And when I see they're extinguishing their torches, Tara is going to kind of try to do the same and stealth as well, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, stealth from Tara. Clem, what are you doing?
Clem is going to be standing and watching everyone as they move around. He has the torch up still, and he has a hand axe drawn and ready just in case. He's just ready to let people look around, and if he needs to run somewhere, that's where he's going to go.
Okay.
So he's just trying to watch people's backs right now.
I got a 23.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know if this will matter, but comprehend languages lasts an hour, so that's probably still up.
Okay, you don't
it's
hear.
not a concentration spell;
Okay.
it just lasts an hour. If it ends up mattering,
Okay.
I still have that.
All right, thank you for letting me know. Themis, yeah, you hear like a little bit of like a pebble from the west.
The west.
Yeah, so cut the left-hand side of the map. It's
Yeah.
coming from inside the waterworks to the left.
If that.
So kind of like this way. You see that arrow?
Yeah,
Or
I
kind of like
do.
up and yeah, like that way.
I do. I'll wait. I'll wait for the stealthy ones to get further up before I move.
In this area here, sorry, I'm pointing at things. You can't see that. Let me try again. In this area here and this area here, what are these structures kind of like? Are they like raised up structures? Is it just a pile of wood on the ground? Are these crates with like tarps over them?
Yeah, it's a tables for general research and work purposes, tools and equipment from the waterworks. Some of the tomes seem to be old and dusty. Others seem to be new, as if kind of making their own notes on using the waterworks of Gond, right? So, and then there are also this sort of like a tent tarp set up above one of the tables. It's open. It's just the tarp above on 3 wooden poles. So, and then there are the regular tables.
Additional question about the map.
Okay.
Is the fire that's depicted there, is that an actual currently active fire, or is that just set dressing for the map?
That is not there. I didn't even see that.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. I was just trying to make sure, like, what was visible.
No, yeah, that gives me. I'm gonna add some rubble over there.
Quick, rocks. Bloop.
Rocks fall. Only the fire
Yay.
dies.
Yes. There you go. Okay. There's not an actual fire there. If that helps.
I mean,
So guys,
it doesn't because I don't have dark vision, but, you know.
All right.
where is this thing at? Because we got to kill something down here. Is it in that direction? Do we need to go that way? Do I need to start making noise and lure it to me?
Simeon waves them back and then is going to go and stand over the body and see what he can see.
Okay. So from your medicine check of earlier, you kind of get a little closer. You kind of lean down and slowly investigate the body. Both of these people have had their throats cut by a blade. And they seem to have been moving towards the exit. These may be the survivors you were looking for. Unfortunately, they have been recently unalived.
They did not.
Yes.
They survived long enough to get murdered.
Which is hecka fucking concerning.
Yes, because like, where is le murderer? So yeah, Simeon is going to continue to sort of work his way around this way, although he sees a bit of a hallway here. So it's just going to sort of, I don't know. The best way would be just sort of, look around the edge here, sort of, not necessarily on all fours, but definitely crouching around the bottom of these barrels to sort of just sort of get an idea of what's that.
Okay.
And they were like clean cuts to the throat, just like one masterful slice, or
as you come around, yes. These clean cuts to the throat. As you come around, you can see just the shape of what appear to be some figures around the corner. Oh my god. I've never been so nervous. I'm so sorry in advance.
And this is when Simeon rolls a 1 on his next stealth check, and
you have a table inspiration. No, the stealth check still stands from before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you can see a figure. You're still hidden. Oh my god. Please, somebody has health potions, right?
No, we never acquired any.
I
don't think we did.
I have a fair amount of healing.
Okay, I'm gonna say
I have healing word, the spell.
Zhentarim, because I feel bad about this. Zhentarim backpack field kit the Zhentarim field kit has a field guide. It has a medicine kit with 20 charges. It has 3 potions of healing.
Points, people.
Okay, so someone write this down. Zhentarim medical kit. Okay, a medical kit with 20 uses. Which, if you have the healer feat, you can use it. But it also contains medical supplies: bandages, antiseptic, grain alcohol, burn cream, and sort of a salve of natural sort of antibiotic ointment. It also has 3 potions of healing and a field guide, a survival field guide. Okay.
So if I have the field medic bonus, that means I can use it?
I'm not sure about the field medic, but if it says you can use a healer's kit, you should be able to.
It doesn't. It was the bonus.
If I remember right,
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say
kit can be used. If I remember right, a healer's kit can be used to stabilize a creature that's currently bleeding out.
Yes.
With a successful medicine check, and then the healer's feat, the healer feat, lets you use it during combat to just heal someone for, I think it's like 1d6
Yeah.
or something like that, and they can only benefit from that like once per rest or something like that. I forget the exact wording. But yeah, it's wonky.
Okay, so I'm gonna give that to Thamus. So I'm gonna say yes, you can use the medicine kit to stabilize a dying creature. So when I mean anybody can, but it makes sense for you to have this kit, this field medic kit.
At this point, I would like to make
Because it's in my notes that you should have had potions of healing when I set this up. So I'm retconning that because you should have had
Gotcha.
these. You should have been given that field kit.
Gotcha. Simeon is going to make a tactical assessment.
Okay.
I would like to make an insight check and expend one of my superiority dice to figure out if the figure that I can barely see is probably my murderizer.
Okay. A dice from the power pool or a superiority dice from your class?
This is my class. This is a class feature.
Okay, remember you also have dice from the power pool as well. Okay, so go ahead and make an insight check.
So,
Quick, do we all have these med kits, or do we have one for the whole group?
One for the whole group.
Okay.
And Thamus has it because she's the field medic.
superiority dice spend in not investigate. Try again. Insight check.
Okay.
Normal, and my superiority die currently is a, where did it go? D8.
16.
23.
23. Okay. You kind of peek around the corner and you can see that there is a figure in a uniform. And it's leathers, but it's a leather uniform, and they have a red sash, like, and cloak around them. And you can see them kind of like just peeking around the corner. They are armed, but they look a little nervous. And they're kind of just keep peeking around the corner. And the little bead of sweat. I have to give this to you on a 23. One of them just kind of does this. So watch me on the camera, Jeff. One of them kind of just looks around and is trying to like see in, and then just
Simeon will also do that.
Oh no, it's my weakness, nonverbal cues.
And while he's looking up, he will.
There's your
slowly draw his
culprit.
sword. Aha!
As you lock eyes, he's kind of suspended up. This corridor is about 10 feet high, and he's up above, and his face is bandaged, sort of masked. And as you lock eyes with him, and like just, oh shit, that is 100% your culprit. Roll initiative, everybody.
Here we are.
I'm so
Oh,
glad
fuck.
all of us put our fucking torches out.
Not me.
That initiative, that insight roll saved your ass. You were 100% going to get one-shotted by this guy if he would have gotten an assassinate off on you.
It's a 20 on my initiative.
This would have killed the first person to get ambushed by this guy.
I was gonna say, if we have an assassin, that's rough.
No, the dice worked in your favor. Whoo!
Simeon.
Tactical assessment.
Yowza! Yeah.
And at 5th level, they're all D8s.
And that's why we're Stormwatch.
No,
And
that's
that's how I survived at 4th level.
that is good Stormwatch stuff right there. We all are level 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
No, the joke was we did so well. Okay, we succeeded, but succeeded in spite of ourselves in session 0. And so the joke that I was having is, how did Simeon ever survive at 4th level if he keeps rolling below a 10 for everything?
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't
Yup.
say we succeeded in spite of ourselves.
And
Okay,
We did
Simeon
well
how's
with that.
no, I
Simeon
think
has that.
Seamus had at least one of the session zeros like that as well, where I think my only roll above like an 8 was a single nat 20.
Tara almost died during the session 0. Come on now.
I was gonna say poor Tara.
Ren may have been fine. I mean,
Tara was
Tell the story
throwing
how you
herself
want, I
into the
guess.
fight, though.
I was going hard.
You were just doing your job. You were
Almost.
just being a badass.
Exactly.
See, I still feel like that's not in spite of ourselves, though, because it was the healing that saved her, which is why we're all together. Because none of us can
Yes.
do everything. So, like, that still isn't in spite of us. That's just a complication with the mission. And the reason we succeeded and nobody died was because there are people in the group with healing. Namely, Themis and Rin.
And he is going to say the line that I had written down in the block text, though, as you kind of lock eyes and he jumps down, he just says, "You're not supposed to be here." And, whew, the insight check
God, I
that
have to go first.
saved your life. So, Jeff, I
You
just
still go
want
first, anyway.
I just want to let you know, now you can actually say that an insight roll on a tactical assessment literally saved your character's life.
We'll add it to the notes.
That's not often.
Yeah. Jacob Lazat, go check them out. It's pay to use,
Dig the
but
battle music.
yeah, it's only $20, and it's actually called Into the Storm.
Of course.
So
Fantastic.
rad.
Lovely.
Yes. Okay. We got a rogue up next. He's gonna move through, as knowing that everything is the jig is up.
We
He's
still
gonna
need.
Is there
Uh,
any... I'm sorry, I cut you off. Is there
No,
any
that's-
light in this... I'm so sorry. Is there any light in this room at all? Or am I, like,
natural light?
blind as fuck
Dim-
leaning around this corner?
Natural dim light.
Okay, so I can see, like, things.
Yes, okay, so Tara's on the initiative order. Okay, that's right. So who's not on the initiative order?
We need Rin and Simeon.
No, Rin's there,
Rin's there.
9.16.
She's got a 9.
Oh, Simeon.
Simeon, what's your initiative?
Simeon's got an 18.
Okay, and Tara, are you here? Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I
We're
missing?
missing Allura.
Allura, what's your initiative?
Allura just disconnected.
I'm out.
What's your initiative? Null.
Yeah, my initiative
Trying
is
again.
no.
There's Dahlia.
My initiative's 20.
20. Okay, thank you. So just make
I
sure to
didn't know
click
we
on
could
your
opt out.
token, y'all. That was really funny. What's your initiative? Now, fuck this. Boop.
We're not doing this fight.
Yeah.
Allura goes AWOL, abandons the party.
You guys got this, right? I'm gonna go back upstairs.
All right.
Back
Gotta
to
go
counting
count
those
my
gold
coins.
copper.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, these guys definitely not your culprits, as nervously kind of run out and stumble forward. Gonna make 2 multi-attacks with a short sword for an 8 and a 7. This is not the danger. These are minions. Comes out and kind of nervously. They were both kind of very nervous, very green about this. One of them, and what's your main weapon again, Simeon?
Rapier.
Rapier. Yeah, just kind of, you very easy, like, just do a quick little swashbuckler, like, deflection. Easy. However, the real danger jumps down. Boom.
I think I'm going to hold my
15 feet.
hold my reaction.
Okay.
Because he missed, so I can hit him back. But those superiority die are a finite resource.
Okay, so he does have advantage against any creature that hasn't taken its turn.
I
Yep,
would like
I
to
am clever.
cast. Actually, I would like to cast Silvery Barbs. You said it is dim light in here, so I can see him, even if I can't make out fine details or anything like that. Because I'm like right here, peeking around the corner.
Okay.
Can I cast Silvery Barbs to give him a disadvantage on that attack roll?
Sure.
So that would cancel it out to a straight roll.
Okay, yeah, so what do you do as you see this guy rush over?
So yeah, as he's rushing over and Rin's peeking around, she just goes, "Oh shit!" Thrusts her hand out, and this like line of fine silver cord, just for an instant, seems to connect to him, and she like I can't use both hands at the moment, but she's like strums this sort of illusory chord, and it distracts him for a second with this like 1 second long migraine, and then she'll as that happens, well, it'll be in there in a second, Simeon. She's giving him advantage on his next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay, so remember that you have a table inspiration. So I am actually going to use the raid card now as the DM. And Scotty, Goddess of Hunters, is inverse. And I'm going to use this to cancel out your silvery barbs and give him advantage again. But that card is done.
Wow.
This guy is a master assassin. He's gonna seem like it, but that's it. You pulled an inverse card. I'm gonna put it face up in the deck now. It goes face up. So that is a raid card.
Well, fuck.
There are no more tarot cards in the queue. There are no more tarot cards in the queue.
Insight. Let me just
The good
make
news
sure I kill you
is-
now.
Rin made herself real obvious, so that's going to be great later.
Yeah.
Um,
So I will. Let's see. Okay. So he doesn't get the crit. He doesn't get the auto crit because Simeon discovered him. Right. That's what really fucks you up. So
Right.
jumping down. Right. There is a multi attack, not advantage, on the. All attack roll. Okay. Yep. Okay. So. Uh-oh. Well, that is a crit.
That would have hit even without the disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay.
As both hit.
Okay. So 14 and 18, 44 HP, 18 AC?
That is correct.
Okay. So that is, on the first one, the short sword, that is 6 plus 7, rolled a 1. Lots of ones.
I like lots of ones.
I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw as he kind of takes a blade and sticks it right into your collarbone. And you can see that there is like this viscous ichor kind of seeping off of the blade. So Constitution saving throw.
You don't fight fair.
Does not. Would you like
I'm
to
gonna
use
that inspiration.
the table
Use
inspiration?
that table.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna use the bardic inspiration first.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
It's not bardic inspiration. It's just advantage on that save.
Oh, well, I'll roll it again then.
Okay. So what was giving you advantage on the save?
Silvery Barbs.
Okay. So
Silvery Barbs is on the next roll you make. You don't get to save it.
okay. So I
So
thought.
if this is the
So did
Sorry.
the tarot card, which removed the bonus or the removed the debuff? Because what it is Silvery Barbs. The lore is like the buff and the debuff are connected because the action of giving the debuff is what grants the buff. So when the debuff was negated by the tarot pull, does that mean the buff was negated as well?
No, I'm not going to be
Or
that
did the
mean.
debuff fall off, and I get my advantage.
I'm not going to be that mean. So
Okay.
so Silvery
We
Barbs.
love you.
Silvery Barbs gives a buff and a debuff.
Correct.
Okay, right. So, okay, we're all sure on that because I'm not sure on that.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it does,
my other
definitely.
character
Yeah.
has
Okay.
debuffs as well.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to be that mean. We'll say that he fights through the migraine because he's a professional, but you still get to, you see him kind of shake something off and you get to succeed. You can grab the sword at the last second and not let him stick it all the way into your shoulder. So go ahead and roll again with the Silvery Barbs buff.
Well, that's-
However, you can also use the table inspiration from Odin.
I think I will take that table inspiration.
Okay.
If there is no concern from the party.
Please take it.
None
please do it.
whatsoever.
No,
please
please.
don't die.
You also
So is that
have
one more con check then?
Yeah, it is another con check. DM boop.
All right. Thank you, and Jesus.
Okay, all right.
All
Odin.
right.
Odin has decreed that you live to fight another day. All right, so that is okay. Half as much. All right, so I got to do a calculator. 24, 34, 43, 42,
I gotta go grab some more water. I'll be
21.
right back.
Okay, you take 21 points of poison damage.
Yowza.
So 21 points of poison damage and 10 points of piercing damage.
All right.
31 damage total on the first hit.
Okay.
Okay,
Didn't one-shot me.
right. He's going to, though. Because sneak attack.
Deals an extra 14 damage.
Yeah,
I can, for what it's worth, on my turn, I can neutralize that poison.
Yeah, so if that 46 rolled a 14.
okay. It is not more than your maximum HP, so you're not dead. You're in death saving throws.
Yeah, I'm at -1 though.
Okay, so then another 30 damage. So I don't do negative damage. So any damage beyond a threshold just drops you to 0. And with 30 and with the new rules, we're not ruling crits for things like sneak attack. So it just gets doubled. So 30 damage, which is not terrible. So Simeon drops unconscious. There's 2 chumps and 1 big guy, and y'all are about to swarm the shit out of him. You have 3 death saving throws to go, but this guy just drops Simeon, and you're all like, oh! Allura,
I knew I should have used that. Oh well.
you're up. No, do not despair. You have he just blew everything all at once. So there's one guy, he got somebody out, and oh no, actually, hold on. He still has, ooh, that gets a lot more dangerous. So, okay.
Okay, so I want to try to get somewhere where I can see what's going on. But I would like to get there stealthily. I got 30 feet of movement. Can I still stay in cover back here? Or am I just visible?
Okay, so that's your 30 feet of movement?
That's 25. I can still chill over here if I can hide behind this clump of crap or something.
And you're a rogue, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Thamus has the med kit on her shoulder. Would you like to grab a healing potion out of there? Because the rogue has multi-attack, and he sticks the blade in Simeon's other shoulder. You lose 2 death saving throws. 2 death saving throws. And there's a ruffian up next. My recommendation, as you see this, you see the rogue, one shoulder, right? And then other blade in the other. Knock off 2 death saving throws, and there is another guy running up out of the walkway behind him. Would you like to use a cunning action dash and grab a healing potion out of the pack, seeing Simeon about to fucking die?
if I see that happen, most certainly.
You do. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I just took two fails.
Yep. Because you went down on the first one. Second one's an auto crit. So, but you don't take more than your damage on the last one, so you're back up to that. You're at 0, and then it's an auto crit, which would still be 8, and the poison would take a little bit to work, but that would be 9 plus 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is still less than 44, so you're good. And even with yeah, so poison will take a round to work. That makes sense to me because the poison isn't like a blast. Yeah.
So this goon here stabbed me while I was on the ground.
No, it was the assassin. The assassin himself stuck the other blade into your other shoulder. So that the first attack from the assassin was the crit for 26, and then the total damage with sneak attack was enough to drop you.
Gotcha.
To 0, right? And even though it put you 31 points over, there's no spillover damage, and 30 is not more than your total maximum health, which is 44. So it doesn't automatically kill you. The next one,
I am back online. So
yeah. Okay. Cool.
The first swing did the sneak attack plus.
Right. Yep.
24 poison and a 10 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're good. I'm on.
Right. Or at the very least, you can, Laura, you can hear. That was 25, 30. Yeah, you have more than enough movement to see it, go, oh fuck, run back, say, excuse me, grab a healing potion out of the med kit, and run back over. You have a clear line of sight and you have no obstacles. You can do a slide over, and you can use an action to administer a healing potion, which in my games, if you use an action to administer a healing potion, rather than a bonus action, you heal for the full 2d4 plus 2.
10.
Nice.
Yep, you heal for the full 10.
Yeah, I'll grab the potion on the way, and I'll slide in fast and start pushing that down his throat. Oh,
okay,
this
so
did not look well for you.
Move your token over there, and you kind of pop the cork. So yeah, you see Allura. It's very cool. She runs up and kind of jumps back and kind of just reaches a hand very masterfully and gracefully into the pouch. Thamus, you're like, what? And she pulls out from the med kit, from the field kit, one of the health potions, and runs over in that direction, power slides, and as the assassin kind of looks up and sees this very nimble elvish rogue kind of slide in, you can see him kind of lean back and try to start to take the blades out. It's a little bit of suction, obviously, because body physics. And as he kind of pulls the blade out, you just instinctively put your mouth down. Simeon is bleeding from the mouth now profusely, and there's this kind of nasty green liquid in the shoulder. You instinctively just gonna use your hand, open the mouth, the cork is open, and you just dump this liquid into his mouth and kind of let it flow. And even to the point where you look up and you're able to put a hand on your right hand on your dagger, and this guy just slowly, as this is happening simultaneously, kind of leans back to pull these daggers out. Simeon, you are stabilized at 0, and you are back at 10 HP, but you are still supine or prone.
Okay.
Yep.
And my death saves reset.
Yes, your death saves reset.
Okay.
Yes. I want to make it like holy shit, but I don't want to kill y'all right away. And yeah, okay. So Allura, that is bonus action, dash, and then action. Health potion. I'm sure I speak with everyone when I say thank you. Allura saving the day. Okay.
Thank you for that high initiative roll.
Yeah.
One thing I'm good at, I guess.
Hey, this guy is
More
super
than
green.
that.
So he's going to run over and try to swing at Allura. Twice with a 10 and a 22. 22, I assume, hits?
22 hits, yes.
Okay.
10 does not.
As you're kind of holding in that health potion, he kind of swings, you just kind of duck down, and as you kind of get back up, he swings and kind of cuts right across the cheek, and just this kind of perfect slash as he does, and you just kind of you can feel the blood dripping down that sort of slash. You're gonna have a gnarly scar now there, but
You know
it's a
what?
superficial wound.
Reaction.
Okay.
Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right. So he will do that, and he's not very smart. So that is. Oh wow. Okay. He rolled a 17.
Ugh. So absolutely nothing happens other than my channel divinity fails, because on the failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. Oh, actually, or half on a success. So you take, the goon takes half damage, but it's radiant.
Okay. From and what is this? So let me just make
Equal
sure.
to the damage it just did.
Okay. Let me make sure you can see this guy. Yeah, close enough. You can like move 5 feet for it. I'll justify it. Okay. So what is the amount of the damage?
Isn't it half of his? So the
Yeah,
damage that he
whatever
dealt.
it's whatever the damage he dealt
Oh, okay.
to
All right.
Allura, but it's
It's
half
paladin
because he
power.
succeeded. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so he as he kind of squares up with the blade again, there is this kind of flash of light as kind of Themis trying to stumbles forward, just kind of holds out her shield, and there's like a little flash, and this sort of beam of light connects through Allura and up into this guy's face and kind of temporarily blinds him. He's going to take 2 radiant damage. Awesome. Okay, because he hit for
Something.
5. It's better. Yeah, no, that's a start. Right now they have 2 goons and 1 heavy hitter, but that's the end of the madness. It is y'all's turn. There's a pretty big threat in the room.
And I'm flat on my face.
Yes, but you
I'm not
are.
dead.
Yes, you are not dead, and you're staying on, and you're like fuck, and this guy just still has his blades, kind of just taking them out of you, but you're still prone. He does at this point kind of take the blades out.
I'm going to second wind
Okay.
and regain 13 hit points.
Woo! Also, I just want to blanket statement here. You can use the power pool die on your death saving throws. So if you fail a death saving throw, you can take a power pool die out of there and add that to your death saving throw.
That is a great clarification.
I'm trying to make things hard. I'm not trying to kill everybody.
And that is a d12 at this time.
Yeah, and those have already been rolled as well. So I think everybody rolled
that's right.
theirs.
Yeah, we already
Yep,
rolled
the numbers are in the power pool, ready for you to use at your convenience. So, and Lord Odin gave you the tarot card gave you a 3rd opportunity to succeed on that roll, which also probably didn't kill you. So thank you. That was Tara's card. So thank you, Tara, for pulling Odin.
Thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right, Simeon. So you kind of, what does your second wind look like as you kind of find this
just sort
wellspring of energy?
Yeah, he's sort of lying there face down, poisoned and stabbed on both shoulders, and just sort of, you can't really describe it as shrugging, but just sort of like a little bit of more, he recenters himself, shakes off what had hit him, and he just sort of, becomes flush again with vitality, and then I have to try and stand up in front of this guy. That doesn't sound like a good idea for my part. Remind me again in 5th edition, does standing up in within 5 feet of an opponent provoke the attack of opportunity?
No, it does not.
Oh, well, in that case, never mind.
Just
Yeah,
uses
no.
half your movement.
So
Just use that
Yep.
movement. Okay. Yeah, so I'll pop up, and then this time I will. No, that's a bonus action. I can't do that.
Just got another tarot pull.
Ooh, was that from chat or from Hey,
Point.
all right.
Points in Twitch chat.
Nougat order. Thank you.
That's
Aha!
my brother.
All right.
Let's see here. Bonus action, take a power buy from your main pool. What?
This is an interesting one.
Okay, so where is the list of power die? I would like to use the skirmisher feature from the power die.
Okay. Ooh, I have the book now.
Aha!
Yes. But my book just came in. All right, so
Fantastic.
Noble Court.
As a bonus action, I take a power die from the pool, and my speed increases by 5 times the number on the die.
Okay.
Movement used in this fashion does not provoke.
Didn't you use your bonus action to use Second Wind?
Crap, it's a bonus action. Stupid action.
I'm sorry.
Cool things are bonus actions. In that case, I'm just gonna hit him.
Okay.
Yeah! You have 2 attacks, right? Because 5th
I do.
level. Woo!
Martial Regiment. Here we go. Yeah, everyone. So check out the. I just want to show off our friends over at MCDM. The actual. Look how beautiful this book is. This is now available for order for those that did not do the Patreon. So you can check it out there. It's such an amazing tome. Okay, so.
Well, I'm gonna crit in the first one.
Okay. Ooh.
Simeon coming back with a fucking vengeance. You love to see it.
All right, and as you, what I'm gonna do is that next tarot pull, from Nugget Hoarder. That next tarot pull, this is for you, Nugget Hoarder. This is Berkano. This is Berkano.
What?
And I'm gonna say the Scotty that I used, she's really pretty. Scotty is one of my favorite goddesses, the goddess of snow and winter and mountains, but this evil lady, I love her so much. She's not actually, she's just sort of reclusive huntress. But I put her face up this time, so she's not gonna screw you all over again. Berkano in the Norse, sort of the rune, right? It's actually like a B, so that's the old Norse language. Berkano represents growth. Simeon, you get very big.
Whoa.
Per the tarot system.
Oh, hi.
As you surge,
Wow.
Does
You
that mean I
become-
get the enlarge function?
yes, you now have advantage on strength checks and saving throws for 1 minute. On each of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can deal an extra 1d6 damage, which is also a crit if you crit.
Okay. So I did crit. I
Okay.
rolled a 20.
All right.
Natural 20, so with a total of 25.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage and roll 20, but also know that it's I calculate big bad damage rolls, and I was doing that for just doesn't apply to like poison or fireball as far as numbers. It you just double those numbers, right? So same thing with like a sneak attack or poison. I would just double those numbers. So
That was the wrong button.
yes, so the word rapier, the left 2 where it says +5.
Yeah.
Yep. All
I
right,
don't remember how to
so
use this stupid stuff.
that's going to be 8 + 2. So the first one is not a 6; it's a 10.
Right.
Plus 4 is 14, and you're attacking the assassin.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I add a d6 to that.
Yep. So roll 1d6, and the first one's going to be an automatic 6.
Okay. So that'll be 8 more.
6, 7, 8. Okay. So you get very large and just kind of everyone you see, kind of Simeon, thanks to the Berkano rune, just kind of balloon up in rage and takes the rapier and sticks it right into this guy's same thing, shoulder for shoulder, right into his shoulder, out the other side, and he just fuck me. And you reset with the rapier. What else? That's just your first attack.
That is my first attack. So extra attack, I go again.
Okay. All right.
Well, not to use the wrong button this time.
19 hits. Yep.
All right. So this is not the enlarge power, correct?
It's only once. So once in each of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can deal an extra 1d6 damage, and it's good to use the crit on that one.
Total of 8.
8, and then another 8 as you kind of twist the rapier and kind of twist it. You can hear the crunching of bone as he just kind of takes the blade. Fucking magic, motherfucker. And tries to put the blade out.
Opportunity.
Okay.
I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. So let me do 8. I think I 10. And it's 10, 14. So I'm gonna make sure. And then 8. Cool. Okay. Yeah, he's at 48. And then you kind of bring up more energy and just kind of rage with all of your might now enlarged, blessed by the runes. One more time. Play it again, Sam. Play it again, Simeon.
Simeon rolls a 7 on that action surge.
Okay.
So that is just a single action. I don't get a second attack on that, correct?
Okay.
You get a
I don't
second
think I
attack
do.
with action
Yeah.
surge.
Yep.
Yep. You do with action
Well, I'm
surge.
not-
You don't with haste.
Yes.
Right, because I'm not dual wielding. It is one rapier.
Right, but action
Yeah.
surge is
attack.
all of your
Yes.
attacks that you normally get with an
Okay.
action.
I'll
Right,
roll the
so
full attack.
It
so
has
you
nothing
get
to do with dual wielding.
right, because I think the wording of extra attack is on your turn when you attack, you can attack a
another
second
attack.
time. Yes.
Make another
So
attack.
and you're using your extra attack as a fighter, right?
Correct.
Yep. Then you have a fourth one. Yeah, that's the cool
Yeah,
thing
this-
about
this
the
is
cool thing
all
about
fighter.
that. Yep.
How about a 10 on that
Oof.
last one?
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. As the poison sets in, because I am benevolent, but I am not bereft of the rules, the poison sets in, and that is I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. For this was from the second hit, which was also an auto crit.
Alrighty.
D6, make-
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
13.
Okay.
Is that a dice?
There is no way you can succeed, because even if you succeed, half of 46 is still 23. So as you shrink back down, again, they've all taken their turns, and you got a really good hits on these guys. You're like, as he says, "Magic motherfucker," and kind of push the blade out. You're like, "Poisonous play dirty, motherfucker," and you just fall unconscious once again.
Back
That
again.
was yep. Okay, so back at 0. Sorry, but I wanted to give you your full turn first before the poison set in. Okay, thank you,
I guess
Simeon.
I'm not using my I'm not using my superiority die to repost. I'm just gonna
Oh.
fall back down again.
Do you want? Okay, if you what's the repost again?
Well, the thing is, I have to be conscious.
Oh, yeah,
for
okay.
When someone misses me,
Right,
to hit
right.
them back.
Yes.
But I have to be conscious for that to happen, so I'm just gonna fall down again.
Thank you, Rudolph. I appreciate that. My goal is not to kill someone. Is literally not to kill someone with numbers that don't make sense to me in my mind. So I'm going to do it that way. And it's at that time, 46 is brings you to 0, and then the remainder would not be more than equal to your health. So you're good. Okay, Tara, you're up.
Okay.
You could absolutely push through everybody.
Thank you very much. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to know. Okay,
Uh,
so I'm going to do my 20 here, and then I actually get 40 feet of movement. So
Okay.
I am going to...
Clement Thamus, you
Um,
get shoulder checked as Tara just kind of plows right through both of you.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Um,
I let her on through.
Now, I am just coming over here for the first time. Which one of these motherfuckers am I punching in the face?
Well, you see Simeon just fall unconscious once again. For the second time now. Simeon just drops down to the ground. And you can see, there are 3 guys. 2 are in similar uniform, and 1, this guy is doing like ninja pose, right? Like, this guy looks like the real deal.
Okay.
He's like twirling blades and everything, like... His arrogance
get
gives him
to about
away.
Here?
Yep.
And that's still too far away for me to be able to punch him, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but you can hit the other guy who's like, go shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize all 3
Yeah.
of them were baddies.
Yeah,
Oh,
enemy,
Yeah, no.
enemy.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna punch
Enemy.
the
You are
hell out of
in a
that guy.
target-rich environment.
You are.
That is my favorite kind of environment. Okay, so I have one more question. Can I, obviously I'm going to punch the shit out of him. Can I spend a key point to do Stunning Strike and then another key point to do Flurry of Blows? Or can I only do one or the other?
You can do both.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can do both.
All right. All right, so I'm going to
Yeah,
spend-
there's no limit to
Yeah.
how many key points you spend in a round, as long as you don't like fuck up the action economy.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so I am going to unarmed punch the shit out of that guy.
All right.
And
Please
as long
do.
as I hit, he will need to make a Constitution saving.
Okay. All right.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Fuck yeah.
This guy is the one that had sliced Allura's cheek. Has a short sword. He's like, fuck.
All right, so he needs to make a Constitution saving throw for me. But it doesn't say what the. It doesn't say what the it's supposed to be.
I'm sorry. It's Giant's Might, not in Biggin. It gives you one use of Giant's Might, which is
The
very
Rune Knight
specific.
ability.
Yeah. So it's not like in Biggin. So it's a little bit different. Yeah. Okay. All right. So 18 and 4 bludgeoning as you just kind of square up and give a little grin and just kind of like just a little quick like a little backhand, and this guy, you break his nose, he gets bloody, he's like, and immediately starts to choke on it. Nope, that's my directional tool. That is
Yeah,
4
he needs to
bludgeoning.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 10 failed.
He fails.
And he's just
So
gonna
he is stunned.
is just kind of grabbing his nose, and you see his eyes kind of roll back into his head, and he's kind of like reeling from the initial shock as it sets in. Okay.
And then I'm going to spend another key point, and if I can please not do that on my character sheet, that would be great. I'm going to do another key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
You have extra attack at this level, don't you? So attack twice with your attack action.
Yes, actually I do. So I get to make 4 attacks.
Yeah, so you still have to make your. Yeah, there you go.
Does a 10
Alright.
hit?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. So now my Flurry of Blows.
I'm sorry, since he's stunned, you actually have advantage on the attack.
Yes.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes. That was relevant to what she was doing, so thank you.
That's another 9 damage.
Okay.
So do all the next 3 attacks get advantage?
Yes.
Oh fuck yeah. 15?
Yes.
That's
Another
poor
9.
guy.
Okay, so that was your okay. So I'm gonna stop you at the 21. On the 9. Okay, you essentially follow up with a right. So you do a little right, and then you with your actual stone fist swing it at this guy's hand. You actually hear the nose cartilage get pushed up into the brain, and he starts to fall, and you just grab him by the hair and bring up your left knee and just crack him over the knee and drop him, and he's
That's what
dead.
he gets for fucking with my friends.
This guy is beyond dead.
Hell yeah.
And
Fucking monks, man.
That's the end of my turn.
everyone, well, you also have your 21, which means if you have 5 feet of movement, you can hit the other guy. If you can get 5 more feet over.
That would be really pushing it. I mean, I'll take it if you're going to give it to me, but that's going to be really, really pushing it.
Do you have 5 feet of movement left?
Probably not.
Well, we're-
And I'm pretty sure I don't, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
If
All right.
only I had. What feature did you take from the Kingdoms of Warfare? Did you take Tactical Martial?
I took the stealth one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
stealth one.
Yeah, because Tactical Martial gives you an additional 10 feet on top of your existing.
Well, there's War Mage, Tactical Martial, Field Medic, Bravura Commander. Oh, Ambush Captain. Is that the one you took?
Yeah, I took
Ambush Captain. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the 5 feet if you want to give it to me, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I do. I'm
let's
pretty sure
see.
took
If I
all
had
of
a
it.
bonus action, I would give it to you, but I'm dead. Well, no,
You
I'm asleep.
still
I'm asleep.
you still got up there and made yourself very obvious as a threat. That's not nothing.
Screw that. Maybe he'll pay attention to you now. I mean,
I'd like to not get stabbed.
Yeah. So your
I
domain
mean, you definitely
power.
set us up pretty well.
Okay.
Your domain power is brute force. So that is not. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's again a worthy effort, but all right. But that guy is dead. Like dead.
Big dead.
All right, Thamus, you have someone that is down,
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
and
First thing
yeah.
we're gonna do is we're gonna move up to.
Ooh,
We're gonna move
amethyst.
up to Simeon, and we're going to. Do I feel the hit points are worth more, or neutralizing the poison is worth more? Because I cannot do both. It's an either or.
So, bringing your party member back from there are two people who are like raising blades to end him right now, so getting him up and out of there is the most important thing you can do. The poison is fast acting and it's run its course. By the way, in the meantime, just because I want to get everybody done, so while you're telling me what's going on, Avalon, and while Themis are doing this, our other 4 players, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, but go ahead and carry on.
In that
I can bring him up on my turn if you want to neutralize the poison.
If poison's already run its course, then I can just give him 25 hit points.
Okay.
Rolled a 4, so I assume I'm out.
Okay, yep, and type your result in the chat too, by the way, because we have an amethyst.
You know what? For main action, take 25 hit points, lay on hand, paladin lay on hands. And bonus action.
I'm going to put you so you can't so you can get under the tent here. So I'll say that that's where you're kind of in between, like the tent pole, and Allura and Simeon.
Yep. Bonus action if there's you know what? Let's see.
So you do dump the lay on hands?
I did dump the lay on hands. Simeon with 25 hit points.
Yep. So Thamus runs over, and you have your shield and your hammer. Do you channel the energy in your shield? What does it look like when you use your lay on hands?
It's gonna the energy's just gonna go straight through the shield.
All right. So Thamus kind of runs over, takes her shield, and kind of kneels down and takes it and gives you what's called in EMS a precordial thump, and it's kind of cool. It's just like a gentle tap, and they actually used to use this in EMS, and she just taps you right in the chest, and as you do, there's this explosion of radiant light, and it hits you like, think about being punched awake by being punched in the chest, and your whole body is filled with this radiant light, and as she does this, it's actually really fucking cool, because you're on death's door, and this paladin literally fucking holy smites you awake, and you're like, and it really feels like being punched square on the chest and waking up to that. But like there's radiant light coming out of your mouth as you do that. It's really fucking cool. Thamus, carry on. I just wanted to get that flavor out there.
Is there an enemy within 10 feet of me?
Yes. There's 2 enemies within 10 feet of you. Big scary guy and the other chump.
You know what? For sheer entertainment value, big scary guy, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Bonus action, daunting roar, racial bullshit.
Ooh. Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
5 fails.
He is now frightened of me.
Woo!
Until the end of my next turn.
So Thamus runs in and kind of like a truck runs in, kind of just puts one knee down, smacks Simeon awake with this radiant energy, and then lets out this sort of feminine bestial roar, and this guy's like, fuck. I am gonna flavor that, but he is frightened. Amazing.
Bro, that's a lion.
Yeah.
I'm not here to fight lions.
Oh no, I don't want to put a poison skull. We'll do like what is? I had one for fear. There it is. That one. Ah! Okay, very cool. Anything else for Thamus?
That is it.
Okay. So I need Allura. Can you roll a d20 for me? And also, what did everybody else get on a d20 roll? And also, Thamus, can you also roll a d20? And Avalon, you as well.
That's a 14.
Okay, and also put your results in the chat, please. We have an amethyst pull.
Was I supposed to roll a d20 too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Was Simeon supposed to roll a 220?
Yeah. Everybody roll a d20. So Clem 4. Simeon 18,
Themis.
17.
Themis,
18.
you just fucking
Okay.
kneecapped this
Yeah, 20.
this high level rogue.
You got a 20? Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a 20.
Wow, I am completely blind. You kind of have in your possession a crystallized amethyst on your necklace. And this is, I want you to think about where you got this from, right? Because we're all a little witchy here, right? So where did Tara get this? Because someone redeemed an amethyst that you've always had. You kind of, you get a surge of confidence after you literally unalive and murder kill this guy. You kind of grab the amethyst and kind of shake it off and kind of square up, and as you do, you get the surge of confidence. Your amethyst just starts to glow ever so slightly, and that was from Simeon redeeming that, and that is going to give you either a +1 to your AC or a +5 temporary HP for the remainder of this combat.
I will take the +1 to AC, and I got the amethyst. My childhood friend Sorisana gave it to me.
Awesome. Yeah, and the rest of you can see like this amethyst necklace, crystallized tumbled amethyst necklace, just glowing so slightly. It's like, oh cool, right? So that's it for Themis and the amethyst. So your AC is currently 20 until the end of the fight. And Rin, you're up, followed by Clem.
Quick question. How deep is this like sunken center bit? It looks like it goes downstairs a little bit.
It's about
Like
5 feet. 5 feet down.
So could I have half cover if I were in this like crook by the stairs?
Yes, you would have to verbalize like kneeling down, but yeah.
That's fine. So yeah, Rin's
I will
gonna
say
run that way.
it will take an extra 5 feet of movement to like kneel down in that position, then an extra 5 feet to get yourself back up. Just because you would have to like do a full
Sure.
kneel. Okay. So we're gonna say kneel, take cover. That'll give you an extra. It'll be an extra +5 feet of movement to kneel and take cover. But that will give you, if you're using that extra 5 feet of movement to kneel down, that'll give you 3/4 cover instead of half cover.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So she'll go over there, kneel for the 3/4 cover.
Okay.
But as she's running by, bonus action, healing word at 2nd level on Simeon. Give me a second to roll that. It's another 10 HP that you get.
Awesome. And what do your healing words look like as you run by and kind of like a little strum?
Yeah, as she's running by, Ren, come on, get back up. We're not done yet. She says it out loud, but he hears it as like a whisper. I know he's not currently unconscious, but he's still on the ground. Anyway, he hears it as like a whisper over his shoulder, as she's running past. And then with my action, from behind 3/4 cover, she points to the assassin, and I'm gonna use my action to cast Vicious Mockery, which I'll print in the thing in a second, but it's really a shame you have to hide your face. You might be able to make some friends if it weren't for that hideous mug.
Okay. So wisdom saving throw, yeah.
That sounds right. Give me a second.
Attacking his feelings.
Yeah, he rolled a 10. It's not an advantage, so ignore that. He rolled a 10, so failed. All right. So as you kind of your words kind of like actually physically boom and reverberate, and it's like there's this echo to them, and there's a second where you can see this sort of silvery mist just kind of fill the air, and that sort of crackle of magical energy kind of filling the room, and it just kind of bleeds a little bit out of the nose and takes 4 points of psychic damage, and his next attack is a disadvantage, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, they got a mask.
Although he does already have disadvantage on attack rolls while he's in line of sight of Themis, so.
Okay.
But in any case, yeah, that's my turn. I'm crouching behind that lip there, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Clem.
All right, hearing all sorts of nonsense happening, Clem's gonna run forward 10, and then he'll round the corner. Seeing the rest of this going on, that's 15. He is going to drop the torch, pull out his maul, and he is going to... I think he's going to... He's going to quicken cast his mirror image as a bonus action. And he is going to think about his time with Nazgris and how he'd embarrassed himself by making multiple copies of himself as his first time. So he's like, well, this might be useful now. So he is going to try and not get hit easily and have these mirror images with him as he runs forward. And he will move up, move up. Let's see, that's 10, 15, 25, 30. Oh, he can't make it. Well, he has mirror image up.
Where is it?
You know what? He has mirror image up. He's not raging. He's going to shoot a chaos ball. No, he can't. Oh, damn.
Does he have any cantrips?
Do you want to retcon? We can retcon if you want. I haven't put your...
You know what? No, that's fine. He is going to just run forward, and he's going to use a mind sliver on the...
Okay, so you also can't end your turn in someone else's space, so you can end here, or you can end here, but you can't end in Allura's space.
I was trying to end towards Simeon.
Okay, well, unfortunately Allura's there, so you can't. Because you can't end your turn in someone else's space.
Oh, she's right next to Simeon? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
Then, yeah, no, he's just going to end and use the mind sliver on the...
Okay.
Yeah, on the main assassin.
All right, and where would you like to put the mirror image?
Oh, no, mirror image is just on me. I'll put it in the chat, but I have...
Yeah,
I have copies
the
of
same
myself.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
so it
right,
makes
right.
me harder to hit.
I'm gonna put a little pink dot on the copy and say that it's roughly. We'll do that. Okay. All right. So you see, kind of blurring in and out, sort of fading in between, in and out of each other. There are now two Clems that just and Mind Sliver. Okay. Intelligence saving
So
throw.
they have to make it. Yep.
Fail.
Perfect. So they take some damage.
And subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw. Okay, yeah. So roll 1d. Is it 2d6 or 1d6? You were 5th level,
That's
so.
gonna be yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Okay.
So it's actually going to be
2d6.
8 psychic damage. 8.
Awesome. As you hear this kind of sharp, you kind of let out this energy in these sort of tendrils of multicolored tendrils, just, and there's like this kind of these muffled sort of shrieks that just kind of slam into this guy's forehead, and he's and 8 psychic damage. Awesome. Okay. Anything else for Clem?
Do I need to roll for the spell? That's up to you.
Oh,
Wild magic.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's have some chaos, because you've been using it this whole time and I haven't done it yet. So let's have a little chaos. Loki, bless you, child. Let's see.
Nope, so I'm fine for now, but I got a 5, so if I use my Tides of Chaos, though, then I will... You can force me. So we'll see if I have to use that at some point.
So a 5 doesn't trigger?
Because I've not used the Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on something.
Okay. Alright, so
But
you're good.
for now, if I'd rolled a
Didn't
1,
you?
then it would.
Hold on. Didn't you use it during the card game last session?
I think you did.
I
Swear you
did?
used it on something recently.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay,
Yeah, you did.
never mind then.
So you can just force
so
the
you're-
D100, I
yeah.
think.
So yeah, roll that D100. I thought so.
Okay.
That's what I was getting at. I was like, y'all
And
know
I'll get
better than I
my-
do, but
You'll get my tides back. Fuck, okay. Well, that's bad. Alright, one sec.
Come on, fireball centered on self.
Do you have the magic table up?
yep.
I got a 23. I don't have it up, so even I don't know what it's going to be.
We're pot.
Okay.
We're pot.
All right, that's not bad.
Flump
So
friend!
hang on, a little
Let's
bit of
go,
lag
Flump!
here, so I just gotta refresh just a little bit on the back. Okay, get a little bit of lag there. Well, hopefully that'll even out. So in the midst of all this, both of these figures, where there
Jesus.
is normally okay. So y'all have seen the original Charlie on the Chocolate Factory, right?
Yep.
Okay, you
Yes.
know
Love
the,
where this is going.
okay, you know the blueberry girl, that shade of blue.
Yep.
Okay, that's what color Clem now turns completely. Is now just
Does
this
it have
vibrant.
to be that shade of blue?
Yes, it
That's
has
a
to
good
be
look
that
for you,
shade of blue.
honestly.
So Clem is just
Can I-
now bright blue, glowing with this blue hue.
Does he still have the tufts of pink hair?
I was gonna say, can I still have my tufts of pink at the top?
Sure, there's like just a little bit of pink that shines through.
Clem is under bisexual lighting.
Oh my.
Yes. Well, this ruffian is going to try and. Simeon, did you stand up on your turn?
No,
Okay, all right. They're gonna try
It
and.
hasn't been
longer-
his turn yet.
I'm no longer knocked out, but
Oh,
I'm
right.
still flat down.
Okay, all right. So he's gonna try
I'm still
and.
prone.
Yep. Okay. Wow. Okay. 14
come on.
points of damage as he kind of just kneels down and puts the blade into you and just die.
Damn it again.
14 points of slashing.
14 points of slashing.
Just this one person, man. Man, they really hate you.
That is someone different. That is the rogue, a regular rogue.
That's the last goon. The assassin hasn't gone yet. He goes next.
You're just the target of all these attacks.
Sneaky fighter pulls aggro.
He grabs this guy by the cloak and kind of rips him back, and then he is going to. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity against him as he tries to run?
I would love to do so.
Okay. Do you have Sentinel?
I do not.
Okay. Show me an attack of opportunity. He didn't know that, so that would have been interesting, but he was going to take the risk.
Why did it roll the damage for me already? 12.
Okay, fortunately a 12 as he kind of just pulls this guy back and takes off, and you swing with a rapier and just kind of advantage. Yes, okay. Anna just gave you advantage. So roll again.
Oh, well, thank you.
You feel this kind of this inspiration. You're like, no, fuck this guy, and you kind of swing and you kind of stick him right in the ankle as he tries to run. So he jumps over
how
the
about
rapier the
21?
first time, and you thrust back and right into the back of his ankle as he stumbles forward. 21 does 21, and he takes 5.
Why is it rolling damage for me automatically?
I think that is in
Two
your
ones in a row.
settings.
Yeah, and it didn't used to do that. I didn't turn.
Does it give you the dueling style too? Is it also the dueling style?
It's only supposed to be a +2 to damage.
Okay, so that would be 7, not 5. Right?
Why did it roll for me though? Well, I mean, yeah, it would be a total of 7.
Okay. All right. If you don't want it to roll for you, I'll let you roll a D8, but you got to take whatever until it gets fixed. So roll a D8 for me.
Look, another 5.
Well, that would be a 5 plus 7. So
5 plus 2 plus 2.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
so
9
the
total.
minus 7.
9 total.
Okay, got it. All right. So he's going to stumble that way. 5, jump down. 10, 15, 20. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, He's running. Allura. He's going a roundabout way, but he just takes off.
He's running?
He specifically
no.
went around everybody. That's why he didn't get as far.
Yeah.
All right.
Which way did he
Quick
go?
question on
South.
that, actually, though.
Yes.
He can't move any closer to Themis while frightened. So once he got further away from her, could he have come back that way towards the hallway?
Yeah, because he goes straight down.
Yeah, but he still had to move closer to her to do that. Because he had moved further away earlier when he was going around. Does that make sense?
I'll say he's running at an angle then, and he's now on top of the body.
Okay, so since he's not moving towards her, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-preservation is the key of fear, anyway. And that has kicked in. So he's guaranteed to he was guaranteed to run because of the roar. But he had to
No,
go
that makes
around.
sense.
Yeah.
Fight didn't work, so he opted for flight instead.
Yes. Yep. So the roar just kind of it made sense narratively to have him be like, nope, fuck this. But Allura, you're up. Thank you, Anna, for that.
I can still see him, right?
Yes. See, because he had to run further away, because he was like, nope, nope, nope. You have a clear line of sight. So thank you, Avalon, for letting me know. It did make a difference. Not by a lot, but a little bit.
I will look at him and I will just kind of extend my hand forward and I'll just be like, could you just stop? And I'll cast Charm Person.
Thank you for the bits. Oh, okay. So I believe he makes that at advantage because you're fighting him.
I believe that's correct. Let me double check here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
If he succeeds, I will use Silvery Barbs to give him disadvantage.
Woo! Oh my gosh, excuse me.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Does so with advantage. Yeah, okay, so you use your Silvery Bards to give him disadvantage?
I can choose to use Silvery Barbs after he succeeds on the roll.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so he's going to make that an advantage. And it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, 19 does succeed.
Alright, so yeah, I'll use my reaction for Silvery Barbs. Rin just does the thing with the cord.
Yep, the silvery cord and kind of wraps around his neck, but he kind of pushes through it as the cord dissipates. It's made of magic, but he kind of does a double take and look back.
So
He has to roll again, right?
4 instead?
Or does it automatically take the lower roll?
No, it doesn't automatically do anything, but he rolled a 4 in addition, so I didn't know if you wanted to just count that.
I'm gonna have him roll again. I don't want it to be a total
Sure,
pushover.
go for it.
Okay, so wisdom, 15.
Yep, it's a 14, so.
Okay.
Bugger.
All right. All right. So he is able to shake it off.
I'll pass that advantage along to we'll say Simeon again, just because he's next in initiative. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Simeon, you are up. This guy in front of you is like, looks around. He's like, "Fuck, I'm sorry." Simeon.
All right. So he does not take an action?
He already took his turn to stab you. And he missed all the vital organs. It's like in Our Flag Means Death, where Blackbeard is like, you haven't been run through before? There's a way to do it.
Right.
That's what you did. That's exactly what you did.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Right.
Taika Waititi, for that, because I can use it in all of my D&D campaigns now.
All right. Half your speed. So if you speed up, you still... Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. All right.
I use my movement real quick just to get closer.
Got it.
Okay, so standing up takes half my movement.
You have more movement than that, Allura. Do you want to get within melee so you can make an attack of opportunity when he leaves again? Oh, sorry, you're muted. Oh, there you go. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Awesome. Cool. Didn't want you to miss out because you had it. Simeon, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, so I'm going to take half my movement to stand up.
Yep, you're gonna spin yourself up, do a little thing. Oh, and it fucking hurts like a bitch. But he missed all the vital organs.
I am going to use a bonus action from my tactical marshal. to allow Terra to move up to half your speed without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Thank you.
And I say, go get him.
Actually,
That's really good.
Yeah.
Go back over here.
Yep.
Cool. Just gonna stay there.
It all happens simultaneously, and again, I consider myself to be benevolent, so yes, you can do that.
So that was what that is.
Okay.
So Terra, you get to move half your movement right now.
Oh, right now. Fuck. Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
Where's the dude? He's
This way.
He just
can't
ran
see
off
him.
the. He,
Yeah.
he
This
ran
way?
off screen.
Yep.
He's over there.
Okay. Okay. I can fucking reach him.
But
Actually, like,
but your turn is next, so you can get there, and then you can close distance. Yeah. Let me readjust you. There you go. Okay. Anything else for Simeon?
Simeon is going to take the other half of his movement. He will
Okay.
take the roll of the dice on the provocation,
Okay.
the provocation,
Okay.
and then move to here, drawing his crossbow as he goes.
18 to hit.
18 is my AC.
Okay, slashes down your back, kind of cuts open some of your armor for a 6 piercing. You take another 6 piercing as he fuck and swings down.
Okay. I'm
alright.
gonna.
These
God damn it.
these are red plumes. He's like fucking tieflings, die
You are-
devils, and
God
swings
damn
down.
it! You are no longer. Oh wait, would he have been within 5 feet of me when he got hit?
Yeah,
Yes.
because
that-
I started here.
In that case, then reaction.
Channel divinity.
No, field
No?
medic.
Nice.
Oh,
When
okay.
a creature within 5 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to make a wisdom medicine check. That's a 13. 17.
Okay. I would assume that succeeds.
That succeeds. So regain 10 more hit points.
Acceptable.
So here's
Wow.
Take 6 to regain 10.
Here's
I'll
what
take that.
happens as you run by with your stab wound, with your Blackbeard stab wound, right? Thamus reaches into the med kit and literally as you run by, kind of rips off the wax coating of this very moist, and this is actually how this works. Takes the wax coating off, and there is like this adhesive, and it's kind of it's sticky, and it's moist and wet, and it's got medicine coated on it already. And as you run by, just rips the wax paper off and slaps it onto like the opening in your armor that was made by the blade, and just kind of takes this and slaps it. What kind of armor are you wearing?
Just chain.
Okay, stops you with a hand to the chest then. You're like, what the fuck? And just kind of stops you momentarily, and as she does, she grabs the chain, lifts up the chain, you almost get knocked off your feet, slaps this onto your belly wound, right where like, and the chain is just a little mangled where it went in, slaps it onto your belly, and then just kind of takes you by the back and just kind of shoves you back in the other direction to take the rest of your movement. So stop, slam, up, slap, shove.
Shove.
Less than 6 seconds. 6 seconds. It's
6
legit.
seconds. And because I have, again, tactical martial feature, difficult terrain does not impede my movement, so moving through the dead body did not slow me down.
Cool.
And then I'm going to shoot him in the back with my
Okay.
crossbow.
Do it.
I shall attempt.
It's my Emperor
Got a
Palpatine.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
10 piercing. Max damage.
Nice. He stumbles forward as we learned from Christopher Lee.
Yes.
When you
yes.
stab
It's
someone in the back,
particular sound.
yes, they don't go ah. They go. All right. 10 damage.
And
Perfect.
That is the extent of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I can shoot him again. Sorry, I stood up. That was an action.
Okay.
So I can shoot him again.
It's a light crossbow, yeah. So you can.
Yeah, I think you only get one more because you have to take an action or a
Yeah, it's a light
amount
one.
of
Is
reload.
yeah.
Does a 12 hit him?
You're
in
reloading it a
back
little
if
too
you run
quickly, and you're like, and by the time it gets around the corner, sticks in the wall.
All right, that is my turn.
All right, Thamus, you're up.
All right.
What about Terra?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Tara
I'm sorry.
goes to go.
I'm sorry. Terra and
No
Famous.
worries. I'm just excited to punch
I
people.
know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I gotta preemptively hit the button too quickly. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's fine. Okay, so here's what
Okay,
I want to
Terry,
do,
yeah.
and let me know if I can do it without having to make like an acrobatics roll or something.
Okay. All right.
I want to take off running for this guy,
Mhm.
and as I get close to him, I want to like jump up in the air and bring my fist down and do a stunning strike in his face.
Okay. So like jumping off the wall and like doing a
No,
like
just kind of like jumping up in the air as I'm running, as I get close to him, and just like
Okay.
jump up in the air and then bring my fist down.
Okay. Do you want to flavor it that you jump off the wall and do that? Because I'll let you do it if you want to.
I mean, if I
Or
don't
do
have
you?
to roll for it, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you could so you just start running and you get to about here and you kind of run up on the wall and do a little kind of use the momentum to kind of empower your strike, and in true cinematic fashion, run up on the wall, down with a hammer fist. 23 hits.
23.
Yep. Roll damage and show me
So-
stunning strike.
5.
Okay.
And then he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 12.
He just fails.
Ooh! As you kind of
Oh,
crack him in the back of
man.
the skull, and he just kind of stumbles forward and stops running. As you hear this loud crack as Terra jumps off of the wall, true superhero fashion. You still got the rest of your turn.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna. He's stunned now, so all of my attacks are at advantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Powerhouse. This dude.
23 again.
I love the energy that you brought to the table between the hair and the makeup and everything, and Terra with like cracking that guy's jaw open. Woo!
So that's another 6 damage, and then I'm gonna spend another key point to do
Okay.
flurry of blows again.
Okay.
So 16,
16 just hits. Yeah.
another 6 damage,
Okay.
and a 13. That misses.
How do you want to do this? Yeah!
Oh yes! Wow.
So she takes off running from Simeon.
You
and,
brought
like,
him
jumps up on the
exactly to
wall
0.
and brings her fist down. And as she brings her fist down, you almost see like little lightning strikes coming from it, and he like gets
Ooh.
stunned in place. And then she just fucking wails on him until he just falls.
Do you, okay, so like lethal murder death kill this guy face into mush.
Oh no, I guess not. He's just unconscious.
It's
I
up to
guess that's
you.
not before I kill
It's
him.
up to you.
Do we want to
He
question
deserves
him?
it.
What would Terra do in the moment?
In the moment, Terry would fucking just keep going until there's nothing left. So she'd
Okay.
probably
Then
kill him.
go
All
for
right,
it.
yeah, go for it.
Follow your heart.
There's still one guy alive, so you
He
can
might not
interrogate the
be.
other guy.
And
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, she just keeps going until his face is like mush in her hand.
Okay, yeah. So you just see Terra like actually pounding stone into until there's nothing left, and all of you like, oh, Thamus, there's still one guy left.
yup. Wrong thing. Yeah. Since everybody is. Oh, I'm actually being offensive for like the first time I think ever. Yeah, you know what? Oh, it's a shame to waste that though. Yeah, we're just gonna go with, attacking that guy with the hammer.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And
One hand or two handed? One hand, 'cause you have a shield. No. All right,
Yep.
6.
ignore the D10. It should be D8. I
Okay,
think.
so yeah, you swing the hammer down and crack this guy right in the chest, and you hear a crack and knock the wind out of him, and he just spits up blood on your shield as you.
We are gonna be happy with that.
Okay. Anything else for Thamus?
No, I think that's good. He's now rendered unconscious. We're good.
So this guy still has 10 HP.
Oh.
Yeah.
In that case, then second attack.
Okay. This guy is still up.
In that case, then second attack.
16 just hits.
Oh my god.
Still, he coughs up blood again, and and starts to wheeze. You're kind of caving in his chest.
Do I have a relevant bonus action? No, I don't. Nah, we'll call that my turn.
Okay, Ren, and then Clem.
All right. So seeing what has happened so far, Rin hops back up above. She has her loot strung up on her back, like she just twirled it around, so it's hanging off her back. She has her hands up, palms facing out. Look, stand down, or you're going to die like the other two. You need to stop.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. Appears to be a half-elf in Hillsfar Alliance colors,
20.
likely meaning that he is from Shadowdale.
24.
24. Yeah. He just kind of like takes the blade, and you can see he's like kind of torn up and just looks very upset with everything, and just kind of looks at you and drops the blade, spits on the ground at Thamus's feet, and then just kind of gets down and puts his hands behind his back. And at that
All right.
point, we are now officially out of initiative. And as calm falls over the waterworks of Gond, and you capture your first prisoner, he spits on the ground and looks at all of you in disgust. Because we're going to end the session for the night. Yeah, good job, everybody! Woo! Wow.
One tiny last thing. When
Yes.
Rin walks over and she grabs his weapon, whatever he did with it, she grabs it and just chucks it across the room.
All right,
Just trying
sounds
to get
good.
it away from him.
Well, thank you, everybody. I know it's really late. Thank you for bearing with us. Let's go around the table real quick, and everyone, thank you for coming. And I would like for our cast members to tell everyone where we can find you, what you've got going on, and do a self-promo dump. Tell everybody what's going on, where to find you, what you've got in the works. Tara, Isabits, what you got, girl?
I am here every other Monday, beating the crap out of people, apparently. On Sundays.
I mean, you are a monk.
It's kind of
This
hot.
is true.
Yeah.
This is true. On Sundays, you can catch me at, on twitch.tv/masterbrem for Like Clockwork. It is a actual play set in the world of Coddlesworth's Clockwork Circus, which is a graphic novel, and the creator is our DM for that game. I am currently recording a couple of different podcasts that I think the first one is going to be released sometime after the first of the year. One of them is a Power Rangers podcast, which I'm super excited about because it's been a lot of fun. Other than that, you can catch me on the Discord hanging out. That's about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Isabit. And Ange, what you got going on with Ange and with our friends at Amazing Radio?
Yeah, no. When I'm not here every other Monday defending the universe, I am co-host of Animazing Radio, so check that out. Last night we did our fall anime preview session, so that is up on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's my Sundays.
Rad. Thank you, Ange. And let's go to Nick. What do you got going on? Also, Nick, you got to DM me to remind you to add the your stream to the Nightbot.
Yeah, because I cannot type it in, unfortunately. But yeah, so I am here every other Monday, so in 2 weeks from now. But otherwise, on Fridays every week, I am playing on Precarious's Twitch. We're doing a level up 5th edition, basically advanced D&D. It is all dressed up with other little things, and we are sailing around Forbidden Islands and getting up to some crazy stuff. So that's what I do on Fridays. But other than that, yeah, I'll be here.
Awesome. All right, and Dahlia, what you got going on?
Nothing in particular other than hanging out with you fine folk
Yeah.
and playing D&D every couple of weeks.
All right. And Geoff / Fathagan.
Good evening. Thanks a lot. I am Jeff. You can find me over on TikTok as Fathagan, and I noodle about world building and D&D and little skits, and eventually I will actually remember to make content, but I have stuff. I have stuff coming. New content soon.
Yay! All right, and Avalon, last but not least.
Yeah, hi. So the most recent thing that's coming is the Sound Museum. I think I mentioned it last time. It's a podcast that just recently finished its crowdfunding campaign, and not only did it get fully funded, but it actually reached all of its stretch goals too. So, in addition to the show and like paying all of the cast and crew and everything, there's actually going to be a fully produced commentary for the whole series. That was the last stretch goal. So that's going to be really, really cool. It's just this really interesting, like experimental sci-fi project about impossible sounds in a museum where they are curated. It's a really cool project that I cannot wait to exist. We also recently, I don't know, a while back now, actually. Time is weird. We did a live read through of one of the episodes, which can still be found on the Faustian Nonsense YouTube page, if I remember right. So yeah, that's a really cool project that I'm really excited about. Otherwise, I get around. I'm here. I'm here for Heaven's Fire this coming Saturday. Ancillary plug. Yeah.
We love it.
I get around. You'll hear me in places. Or maybe you won't. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, of course, you can catch us here this Saturday, as said, for the release of Heaven's Fire. It's the Heaven's Fire Redux. It is the official D&D X tarot card system. So this is the original D&D X tarot card design that we did using the Adventurer's Tarot from Weirdworks LLC. I just want to show you one card from here, and look at how pretty this card is. That is the first one. There is a fully realized interactive tarot card element to that game. So this Saturday at 9:15 p.m. EST, same time as Stormwatch, you can see us doing Heaven's Fire. We have 2 new cast members for a total of 5. We have 5 cast members who are going to be sitting out in the world of Valerian. It's a homebrew world I've been working on since I was 11 years old-ish or so, give or take a couple of years. So I'm very excited to bring the official first chapter, prologue aside, of Heaven's Fire. So feel free to drop in 850 channel points. You probably already have some saved up. You can directly interact with the game. In Stormwatch, it's more buffs, debuffs, right? So things that are going to be more direct that don't, kind of derail the linear sandboxes that we have, and because it's sort of like this war campaign on the Moonsea. But with Heaven's Fire, kind of bets are off. It's chaos. Come join in the chaos, and we'll see you there this Saturday.